the last session started with the wrapping up of the battle, where admittedly you killed the majority of the Skaven before the Skaven tide, followed by the Beasts of Nurgle, made their way into the valley. Everybody except for the dog managed to make it out of the valley. The dog sacrificed itself, along with the wizard, to allow the group to survive. The group made its way back, and the group scattered to warn the valley or drink themselves into a sleep, until eventually, at sometime during the night, a large fly-like creature flew into the valley from the presumably brass keep with a person atop. That person flew into the valley on the creature, dropped a package, which happened to be a Skaven head, with inscriptions on it, into the middle of the valley, and then all of a sudden, a large portion of the valley got sick overnight with what has been described as bloody flux. The group sought the help of a flagellant to purify the water in the area. Flagellant did his thing, and then the group was sent off to find the dwarves, who we learned of a dwarf mountain called Carrick Skag, off about a week's travel from our current location, and the group is now on their way to Carrick Skag, presumably.
Okay.
The fly guy said, "Catch it."
That's right. Yeah. George, where did you spend your experience?
I got a miracle.
A miracle.
Yep.
Miracle. Matt?
Saving it.
Saving it. What are you saving for?
Save us now.
6 sessions later.
That's a good question.
Just saving it.
Well, right now the idea is to get a talent just in case our halfling decides to die. Called field. What is it?
Field dressing?
Field dressing.
Won't help him if he's dead.
Okay.
Suicidal half
For the record,
He is
I'm
well.
getting
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm worried about.
I'm getting field
Called
dressing pretty soon as well.
It'll help everybody else stay alive when he's dead. Okay. Matt?
If you
Save it.
Knife in yourself.
Save it for what?
Fencer.
Fencer? Okay.
It's just a continual. Yeah.
Andy?
Cool.
Cool?
Cool.
Oh, you spent it in cool. Okay.
Yeah. I'm cool.
Okay.
What's up? All right.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nobody caught on.
I'm from the
fast enough to be
Midwest,
able to
yo.
see you are.
A little backroom discussion with the GM. I have used this experience to move to a rat hunter.
Okay.
Single point in willpower.
Okay. Okay, so as mentioned, you guys are currently at the picket line. It is late at night, and after working with Emmeline and Hildy and the dwarf, the course of action is to travel southeast through the mountains to Carrick Skig, which is a old dwarf hold that was abandoned long time ago. Dwarves gave up on the location and left, but the rats have been using equipment and gear with markings from that location, which makes everybody think that that's where they're based or where they're located. It's approximately a week's journey through the mountains. There was at least some discussion about using the undertunnels of the Skaven. I don't know if that was seriously considered or not. The military here, between Emmeline and Hildy, they can give you a bit of advice and information regarding the mountains. They're not able to send any assistance with you because they have to stay here for the picket, since obviously things are riled up. The main thing they're saying is if you're planning to travel through the mountains, or honestly through the underways, horses, they suggest leaving the horses here. They will pay for the horses, at least a used rate for them. But realistically, where you guys traveled through what felt like upper mountains getting here. That's the lowlands as far as the mountains. What they're talking about for this terrain is like mountain peaks and things like that, and realistically, horses almost certainly won't survive. They'll break their legs or just freeze or get killed by
Talking about
trolls or
going either
whatever.
way, whether it's through the tunnels or
Well, through the tunnels, that's a separate factor. I mean, they have doubts as to whether horses could really traverse that, but weather isn't going to be the concern there. You go through the mountains, weather will be a concern. Okay, they will buy your horses whatever you have left for a gold piece. I'm sorry, 1 gold less than the stated price.
Oh,
Whatever.
What?
1 gold.
So that's 14.
They're just
Horse
gonna
worth
eat them.
50.
They're just gonna eat them.
That's 14 for a riding horse.
Sure.
Well, what about all the tax?
Whatever the going
minus-
rate is minus 1 gold.
I take it I don't get.
You do not get that money because you
So
don't
then
have a horse.
20, with
Yeah.
20 gold with sound harness.
Well, one of you guys also
Sure.
have
If
70.
it's 21 normally, they pay you 20. They will give you the gold equivalent from that. Because of the current threat with the Skaven and so forth, they do offer some basic requisitions. Fundamentally, any supplies that they have that they can part with, which basically means any non-magic, non-enhanced gear that is light armor, chain armor, or hand weapon type levels. Okay. Degni, if people have gunpowder weapons, offers a small amount of powder for anybody who has those. He doesn't have any gunpowder weapons to spare. The picket doesn't have that. But if you need hand weapons, ranged weapons like bows, crossbows, or whatnot, they have those supplies. You can stock up on whatever you can comfortably carry, and so forth.
Can I trade in some of my barbed bolts for more bargain bolts? Because I really like those.
No, they have basic arrows. So they have bolts. I mean, you're certainly welcome to trade in whatever you don't want to take with you. They'll use it, but they don't have anything that's uncommon available to go. So anything that is common, effectively, is yours to requisition and take.
The Talian bedroll that I got.
That's given to you by the horse riders.
Other than the normal cold exposure of plus 20, were there any other bonuses to that other than it's just a fine version of it?
It looks nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet.
that's all
Okay.
it is. Yeah.
Reminder that you guys have also 74 gold to distribute amongst the group.
Yeah.
For my warhorse.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to get to.
You got any gear that you have left over, like I said, that you don't want to take with you, you can. Now, each of the NPCs, the major ones,
Wagon, but yeah.
have their own respective information they can share with you. Okay, so depending on who you want to talk to, when you want to talk to them, etc., they're willing to. Basically, the map that Emmeline shared has 2 potential routes. You can either take the upper peaks and deal with high altitude, freezing temperatures, possibilities of wyverns, things like that. Or you can take more of the lowland upper peaks and go through goblin territory. It's lighter weather, but the area is very heavily encompassed by the Death Bats tribes of the goblins. They control that region.
I'd rather fight goblins.
Fight the greenskins.
Well, of course I want to fight the greenskins, but I also want to know why are they called that, and what do people around here know about them? Can you? Who knows the dwarves?
I do.
I do.
I should put to me when
I
we
don't.
ask that to begin with.
No, either. Go talk to the dwarves,
you
find
say
out what they
common
know, man.
Weapons.
He's a good friend.
I ask because there's great flail, which is a common flail, but there's also military flail, which is
Oh, I
a
thought
rare
we still had
flail.
much left.
Correct. They do not
We
have
didn't
that.
have that much left. We only had 15
Make sure.
droughts, 10 healing, or 15 vitality, 10
They
healing
have several
droughts.
unused grain
They only
have
flails
6
because they haven't had much use for it.
He's all like, oh!
Those are literally farming implements.
Yeah.
That you
It's got 8.
smack the grain,
So
knock it off the thing.
So everyone can add 14 and 18 silver for William's horse. We're just splitting that amongst the group.
Unless you
14
preferred in days of rations.
Well, I mean, then we can calculate.
We
that
have
afterwards.
tons of rations. That's
Well, and that's the other aspect is encumbrance because you guys are traveling by foot.
you said 14 gold.
14 gold, 18 silver.
18 silver.
I have money again?
You did?
Okay.
I have
Oh.
money.
As part of the agreement in exchange for supplies and so forth, they have strongly encouraged or mandated that you take this very dour-looking flagellant with you.
Fair.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. So he seems eager to go in his own sad way, but most of the camp seems quite thrilled when you talk when word gets
14
out that he's
gold,
leaving.
18 silver.
Yeah. I'm excited for the day I can
I
live
had
this
10
stone
gold,
up.
but I know I gave that to somebody.
Did,
Or no, I dropped it on the ground. Somebody
What was it?
Yeah.
did we sell the
Ten
draft
gold.
purses
Oh,
that we
it's
were
a
using
sword.
for
I got you.
the
I'm
wagon?
not, I'm not calculating any of the
I think my
references.
agent is
I
him when
think
he
you
guys
may
were
have when the wagon when you guys got here originally.
I dropped
Okay, we sold the
Yeah,
wagon.
you-
Because I wasn't
Still in
there.
the wagon.
The wagon was definitely sold.
Yeah, I wasn't there that game session. I was like,
So
What do you need gold
weapons
for?
themselves aren't like they don't have to let them roll, or are they willing to just give
Something
us?
like
They,
No,
you can
something.
purchase
What was it?
or
I
barter
don't know.
if you have
You would
funds
know.
for other things. So things that are uncommon,
Okay.
not a problem. If they're rare, we'll make a roll and see if they have them.
guys,
Did you
don't
pick
pay
up
for
my
food.
10 gold or
Okay,
something?
don't pay for food.
Okay.
I would like to make a roll
that.
for a military flow.
So
Do you have money?
Yeah.
it's a week there and
Okay.
a week back.
Because present,
Is that
Minimum.
you said 14 gold to the group.
So each person-
70
Week
gold
there
to
is 2
70
weeks
gold.
back.
First.
We only have 6 people.
I don't know if he divided it by 5 or
did you
divided
divide
it by
it by
6.
five?
So how many-
Because we're already a
that's
week
fine.
out, dude.
But I mean,
I
again,
mean, you can easily like.
We
I'm
technically
sure
only
you
have
can
per
pull money
person do you
together
think we
too
need?
if you
We
need.
technically only have
yeah,
5 and
I don't think
now.
getting gear is going to
Days
be a
of ration.
He
factor
eats more than
as
I do.
far as cash.
Good point.
Do you think we
Because
need?
the group has, if they have 14
weeks
gold
worth
apiece,
of travel.
everybody has plenty of money.
And
It's not going to
2
be.
days to
Flails aren't that
9
expensive.
days.
Listen, dude,
So you're looking for a military flail?
Running into
That's where you're
So it's rare. Go ahead and give me a roll. You need a 30 or less.
I don't want to get slowed down, man. I'm trying to
We're
decide.
gonna do like
I think there's a
weapons.
down
Do I get, can I get the bonuses
of this
for
place?
I'm trying to decide if I want to carry a
with its value?
Let's
or-
do
put
it.
on chain.
Well, no, because
We
it's
still have a
purely
lot of
whether or not
leverage.
somebody in the camp has it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna wear a chain.
Oh, that's.
Okay, sure. You're able to find one.
Can I get 3 gold from the group?
Well, he's charging an extra 40% because it's his weapon and they're rare.
Okay,
So make it
5 gold.
5 gold.
I got you.
Thank you.
Haggle.
And he says all you have to do is show me the secret of the stone.
That's right.
Now we need to get you. We need to get you some armor.
We still have a lot
Hell
of
He's
rope
got a stone.
from the wagon, right?
We have
I will only
60
wear
yards
in it
of rope.
to
60 yards. Okay, I
He's
already
fully
have
armored
20
with faith.
from what I've
Yeah.
bought previously.
I know that feeling,
I can't carry anything.
or that
Yes,
thought. I should
I'm
say,
just-
not that
I'm
thought.
trying to figure out how we can split
know the
this
feeling that
amongst us
doesn't
so we
work.
have enough supplies
Well, that's
to
why
get through
I'm
the
seriously
mountains
considering not
and
getting the chain.
food
I'm like, I'm
to
already
get
in
through
leathers
and
again.
still get back.
There's no military
Well,
file
I
option
think
in this software.
Um,
It's in the basic.
You said we have 15 healing
it's
drops?
probably there then.
No, we don't have any. The dog had all the healing stuff on.
I've got.
He had saddlebags.
I thought you still
No, I looked.
like earlier. I
I looked.
So
He
that's
had
the-
everything that we had.
The dwarven community.
Yes.
I mean, I can go talk to the dwarves about this, because the
So what was
cannoneer
on the
was
characters?
actually from that tribe or family society.
and so we have rope.
Is the only access to said town through this pass, or when we get there, are we going to be able to possibly go down, say, the other side of the mountain and down into the lowlands, or is it come all the way back this way to go back down to the lowlands?
Wait, is scarce
You know what I mean? So right now, if we take that peaks to go
Scared
to
will come.
I keep thinking carrot a lot,
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
the dwarven society,
Uh-huh.
and we
Biggest
get there.
common, uncommon.
Do we need to traverse when we're done there?
Scared.
Can we traverse the rest of the way down the mountain on that side, or we have to come all the way back here to go back down?
Do you mind if
This
we
would be the
still
nearest
have
point of civilization.
Gotcha.
from-
Okay.
The
What do you need?
Carrickscape
Just wanted to see
is
what we
deep
still
within
have.
the middle mountains,
Basically everything.
far away from any sorts of other civilization.
Okay.
It's part of the reason why it was abandoned 100 years ago, along with
Some
some
good
history
for
from
them,
the
like-
dwarves.
9
Okay.
covered explodes.
I can do that.
And what I can go over the
carry a
details of what
lantern.
Dagny can share with
I carry a
you,
lantern.
but
I
fundamentally,
forgot the bow put me over.
Yeah, it's-
ages ago, when the dwarves
Well-
ruled the mountains and everything, they formed all the caracolds, which is why all these various dwarf locations are named Carac
How do
something.
you,
Gotcha.
how do you put something
Over time,
Does a
it was
backpack
determined that it
produce your numbers?
was
Yeah, if you
not
put
sustainable.
Well, I've just been
Okay.
Oh.
So in some
See here,
cases,
too.
the
Sorry.
forts were
Go back
overtaken
again,
by
somebody.
greenskins or other creatures. In some cases, they just failed because it wasn't a viable location. In some cases, they're still active today. Okay, Carrick Skig is one of the ones that was not viable. And according to Degning, the story is at a certain point, the Dwarf Lords considered the place cursed and sealed up the fortress so that it wouldn't be invaded or dealt with or anything like that. They installed various protections to safeguard it, and they literally locked and sealed the doors with magic and might, and then left the place.
So that's why he was surprised to find out
yeah,
that
right.
there were tools with
Right.
those. Gotcha.
Okay, because according to him, nobody's been there for 100 years.
Gotcha.
Great, another cursed fort.
Yes,
Yay.
as
Favorite
is
ones.
common in Warhammer, everything's cursed. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the world of
His main advice: stay warm, get enough sleep. Okay. He comments that you were asking about who the goblins were. These the deaf bats.
Yes.
They are a tribe of night goblins that reside in the mountains and have for ages. Doesn't necessarily know how strong they are, but he lists out a dozen different ancestors and friends that he's known over the years that have died in different skirmishes with them. They are typically subterranean. Be particularly wary of their traps. You wouldn't think to look at them, but when it comes to creating devices in order to make mischief, Grobby makes excellent engineers. The things that'll look very primitive and safe will slice you to pieces.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Use their night
Does anybody have a crossbow pistol they're not using?
So that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with them like riding bats or anything like that. That you.
No.
Okay. That's us.
They just for he doesn't know why, but they've always just been referred to as the deaf bats.
Okay. All right.
If you got any idea what the statistics are,
I let everyone know that. So these aren't normal greenskins. It might be worth taking the altitude on. I don't know.
Yes, but that also takes trolls.
they're just the dirty greenies.
I haven't heard anything about trolls.
Yeah.
I said wyverns.
Fight the enemy we know, not the enemy we.
According to Commander Emmeline, her information is obviously it's a mountain range. You're going to have to climb mountains. Her recommendation is to take the altitude route, the high level. You'll have to deal with wind and rain that'll freeze you solid in a few minutes. It gets to be hurricane level gusts and so forth frequently at the upper mountains. She's had numerous scouts and explorers travel and map out a lot of the area, which is why they have a map that shows the general location. She knows the upper reaches are frequented by wyverns and trolls. The lower reaches are covered by goblins. Okay, so it's a matter of what else you might find. Anything you run into is likely not going to be friendly. Okay. According to Tillich, his suggestion is you might want to take along a goat or something similar. Might need an emergency meal, perhaps not for yourself, but for the appetite of a troll or some other creature along those lines. Okay.
I mean, horses worked really well.
Yeah.
Yes, but horses are big and they won't survive with the ice and so forth. Goats are pretty small.
Poor Billy.
I mean, those hooves.
Let them be screaming goats though. So randomly, you're all sneaking quietly.
Paralyzed goats, they scream
Yes.
and fall over.
Yes.
Okay, so greenskins or trolls or and wyverns.
And then
What do we want?
You can buy goats from the camp.
Okay.
Those are not requisitionable. They are. I don't know how much goats typically are.
Are they melkable?
Yes, they are.
Oh, good.
Which is why the soldiers generally don't want to give them up because it's one of their sources of non-water.
Right.
And so
Goat milk.
So.
Yeah, there's none in the thing.
There is no goats.
There's monkeys, but there's no goats.
I think milk monkeys. It's fine.
I mean,
Ew.
gross, but yeah.
Yeah.
There's a mule. Mule is probably closest.
To a goat?
A mule is
Three-
massive.
How much is a mule? 5 gold?
Yeah, 5 gold.
Jesus.
I say probably 2 gold for
Okay.
a goat then.
So 5 gold for a goat.
What? That's absurd.
Everything's
Well,
more expensive here, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Good point.
I don't know how much a goat actually is, but they are absolutely charging a lot for the goats because they don't have very many. And again, the soldiers here, that's their source of milk, even if the milk is goat milk.
Does the warrior priest have any information?
Hildegard or Hildegund
Yeah.
has several different pieces. When you're talking to him without the flagellant around, he's off looking for a flail.
Yeah.
She makes a point of avoiding any discussions along those lines whenever he's around. But she shares with you that goblins can be bargained with. Okay? She's heard of past experience. Just don't let any Sigmarite or dwarf hear it. If you're willing to trade intoxicants in order to obtain the rite of passage, they can prove honorable.
Toxicants.
Need to go.
That's funny.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Bad cat.
So I'm gonna head back up to is it Tillian? The horse-
Tillich.
The Tillians, yeah, Tillich. And see if I can purchase some of their
Sure.
curry.
Yeah, you can buy a bottle for a gold.
Okay.
They have several.
I'd like to buy 2 bottles.
Hildy also suggests keep something flammable on you at all times. Many creatures that haunt the mountains are averse to fire. Trolls, most notably, robs them of their healing abilities. Other creatures in the mountains have similar abilities that fire generally can work
off as
against.
one encumbrance.
All right.
Okay.
How many
Right.
flasks of oil do they have?
Look
there?
how far.
They got plenty of oil.
Right, where's it at?
There are vengeful spirits
No.
known
I
to
figure out
haunt
how to
narrow
drag my
passes in the
money in my
mountainsides.
backpack. No one
If
gets
you
covered.
see a lone figure, it's likely to be a wraith or a specter.
You see what I'm saying? I can't.
Yay.
Any idea on how to handle those?
Don't.
Aren't spectators.
Avoid. Gotcha.
That's right.
Yeah.
They normally just spectate.
Matches. How about matches?
Matches?
like,
Are those rare?
I don't know.
I can.
It'd be
Match.
effective of a tinderbox.
No. It's
Oh,
not
wait,
the
no,
same
it's
thing.
not.
It's not. We made
It
that mistake.
is common.
Sure, they got
I'm
matches.
buying some of those.
I'm not buying any. I'm just taking.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking some of them.
Nope, he's buying them.
I'm buying.
George keeps bringing stuff to you. Said they wanted to charge for these.
Asshole.
That would so be George's character.
That's
though.
funny as shit.
That's a great.
And eat some food. Excellent. I'll go find some. They want a silver a day for this, man.
You
Got
are
tinderbox
how
and
close
matches.
are you?
Okay.
I'm literally 0. If I
Um,
take one more penny, I'm encumbered.
Hildy comments that based on your reports, based on what else they found, the Skaven assault on Brass Keep, their conclusion is it never stood a chance. Their interpretation is it was almost deliberate in its total incompetence.
Looking for weaknesses or something.
Okay, either the mastermind behind it is an idiot, or did he want his army to be destroyed?
Hell, we can tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah, they absolutely were just testing the waters. Dude, who was it that saw those people over there?
I was.
I was gonna say you guys told us all about them. And all they were doing was observing,
Did we
taking
end up
notes
keeping that
as all the
spyglass,
people
by the way?
died. They didn't care.
Did we end up keeping that spyglass, by the way?
Yes,
Okay, good.
a certain individual has it. 'cause
Cost
he gave
it
it
was
to him.
useless.
Yeah.
He gave him 10 gold, a spyglass. It was. I was like, I don't want this.
Okay. The other thing she mentions, the wide mouth mountain viper
Better make sure he's on the camera.
is common in the mountains.
Oh.
It likes the cold, but whenever there is sunny spells, it likes to sun itself and try to warm up on the ice and snow. and can be particularly hard to spot amongst the rocks. They have a nasty bite. They are poisonous, but of course they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
Is there a tonic for said poison?
No.
Speaking of tonics,
You
that's a good
unlock the
point.
spyglass.
Spike. Sure.
Ruined my character because Matt reminded me.
I have no idea where those would be in the equipment.
Is it
Steal
called
it, I gave
spyglass?
it to
It should be. Yeah, you gave it.
There's nothing labeled as spyglass.
It's telescope. Sorry, telescope.
Scope. Telescope.
I was going to say my elf had one of those.
It's nice.
Also had magnifying glass.
Repairs on armor at
I
all.
would agree. I don't think
It depends how long you want to take.
Magnifying glasses here.
They can repair 1 point of armor for each layer
Let's find out.
if you want to stay in camp.
Gotcha.
However, most of the camp has come down with
make-
bloody flux,
Right.
To magnify glass.
and by morning I need everybody to make a roll for their endurance.
Yay.
So it is apparently a plague going through camp. You can stay around in town as long as you wish, and they can repair your armor. Now, anything that's leather or chain, they can simply replace.
Okay.
Okay? They don't have plate mail,
Gotcha.
and they don't have the facility really to repair plate mail.
Okay.
You'll get fresh chain if any of your chain was hurt.
That's what I'll replace that stuff, but not that.
What's
but
that?
Average or challenging for the endurance?
We'll get to that as soon as everybody's
And then-
done. I know how long people are staying.
I had gone up to the horseman.
Uh-huh.
Was obviously drinking with them.
Mhm.
I probably would have
Okay, so
stayed.
you miss a day or
I
two.
probably would have stayed with them anyway. I know. Yeah. I'm in and out. The flux. I can't tell if it's the flux or if it's the booze.
that's
But
a
either
killer.
or, it's
Either way, you're oozing.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. That, Sean.
It's just rolling.
God.
I'm gonna need some.
That was, yeah.
I made some more poultices, guys.
Just apply it directly.
These are full.
Every time I sneeze, my back hurts.
Not gonna laugh.
We had a dungeon one time where the group had found the remnants of a previous explorer that had worn magical boots,
Hmm.
and all that remained were
Like a
his
reading
feet
lens.
in the boots.
Yeah.
That's so nasty.
Squish.
Not gonna laugh.
They did all they could to
Whatever
try
it
to get
was,
past
gave
that
an actual
aspect. But I
bonus.
just kept bringing it up again.
Does that one share a bonus?
I don't know.
Sean?
That is so dark.
Yes, it does. Plus 20 on read-write tests for deciphering and a
I'm just gonna stick
fine
with the-
details
the
such as perception
garrison
tests and
drink
search
and-
for fine details plus 20.
Okay.
So, I slapped down 10 gold.
To pay for all the stuff he's getting for you?
Nope. No. I want a reading lens, and I don't want to have to discuss it with anybody. It costs how much? 3 gold,
A
typically.
reading lens?
Yes.
Okay. Give
So
me
I'm offering
a
triple
flat-
the cost.
Well, give me a flat check first.
A what?
Just
D100.
D100, 30 or less.
See if it exists here first.
So /R.
Space 1D100.
Damn it.
You want to be by?
It exists!
Yes. Apparently somebody has one, and yeah, if you they'll sell it for you for 10 gold.
Damn it. I probably could have got it cheaper.
No, most everything he was buying was at least the triple price too.
Okay.
So
Well, there you
Can
go.
I look and see if
You
they
gonna
have
buy
any
it?
gun
I
here?
buy it.
Okay.
is it rare also?
Scarce.
That's
super
Okay.
I don't know if that's
No,
more
I
rare.
don't. Because
Scarce
I'm
is
full
less
perception.
is
Although
more
I'm
common
common
than you.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
probably.
Yeah,
It's why.
My
That's
initiative
just-
low average too.
There's common, uncommon, scarce, and rare.
I think I have training. in
I
that.
have 47.
So, well,
for
sure.
every yard.
Okay.
That's damage.
I gotta
For
figure it
every
out.
maybe
Sure, you can find a handgun.
Remember, you,
Okay.
you and I are perceptions. Our initiatives are.
I get a rifle.
It's usually a test to see
Yeah,
who's
get a
last.
handgun.
15 yards.
Yeah, which is a rifle.
That's
For some
that's
reason.
disgusting.
Okay.
Wow.
You must have a 32 perception then. I mean,
I
32.
found a handgun. A rifle.
Seriously?
Yes.
You have 15 ranks?
I have.
Okay.
Oh, I have a 32 because
Um,
Yes.
Okay.
I don't need anything.
I was thinking the initial. one.
Just
Degny,
My initial
Yeah.
initiative is.
once he understands where you guys are going, obviously you're going to this place. You're dealing with the Skaven.
That's what I need.
He gives you guys
I forgot
2
about that.
Cinder Blast bombs.
Or to add one. How much is it?
Explaining those downed Rocky took
Is it
my sister
50?
70 years back.
Or 30.
You give him a bloody nose with these, my family might consider her avenged.
Is that a light bomb?
No, they're cinder blast bombs.
So it's the bomb. It's the high explosive bombs the dwarf was using.
Sean, I did not.
So still
save
have
my
to be lit
experience.
though, right?
I spent it.
George.
What?
Those have to be lit. They're
Yes.
not just.
So yeah, they're the
Okay. Sean, I spent my experience on
I
this.
mean, if you have
I
training
forgot I
and
spent it.
demolitions, you can also use them to set up things.
Does the
but-
fuse look longer?
Let me use my engineering skills.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
Looks reasonable.
Yep.
Let me expect that. Yep. It's longer.
What you should do is light one and see how long it
The
takes.
one I
That's right.
wait.
1,000, 2,000.
Sean, I love the way Sean described it. When you light it, he goes. Oh.
That's.
I got a little bit of distance.
You did.
I got
We need a
six-
placard.
Yeah,
Hey, why do you think
Really?
I bought a handgun?
it didn't work.
Why do you think I bought a rifle?
Okay, so shot.
And you
Bullets.
went clack. Hold on, guys.
Hold on. You gotta
5 minutes
you gotta get-
later.
Huh?
Assuming you're getting some shot and some bullets to go with that handgun.
Yeah.
Triple price also.
Triple?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, man, handguns are super powerful on this, aren't they?
Not
the main
that
thing is the
powerful.
fear.
It's mainly the range that I'm wanting.
The panic is
Handguns
what
are
causes it.
Handguns are pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm about to say, thinking of Morheim, they're like.
They have impact. Is one of the
impact. They do a
Penet-
lot of damage, and
Penetrating and stuff
the
like
black
that.
powder effect of fear is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool.
But they also have a tendency to blow up in your hands if you're not very good at it.
Which is why I have like a 70 skill in black powder.
Good lord.
Doesn't matter when you fight.
Base ballistic skill 60.
Yeah, he's better than my elf.
My crossbow's a 77.
Also isn't very subtle. In a cloud of smoke and a boom.
With a whole bunch
know
of
right
snow
where you're at.
around us, and
Yeah.
you can unload 3 or 4 arrows at a time where he can go click, and now I sit here.
And you gotta reload.
20 minutes.
Yeah, the only difference between his character is better than mine at range.
That's why you
My
carry
character is better
multiple
than his
rifles.
at sneaking around.
The bandit
Yes.
rifles.
Very much.
Well, that's why he had 6 fucking pistols on him at one point.
Okay. From what Degny describes of Carrick Skig, it is a dwarven outpost on the top of the mountain.
Jesus.
That'll be fun.
Okay. It's built into the peak. Subterranean, obviously, a bit since it's dwarfs. But there are sections of it that poke out as far as watchtowers and so forth. Again, it's been locked and sealed for 100 years.
You're not giving penalties to anybody who's wearing metal armor in the cold, are you, or will you? At all?
Did we?
They outfit you with heavy winter clothing.
That's where
I have that
will.
already.
Right. I mean, you had some previously. They're viewing that as insufficient for where you guys are going.
Okay.
So they give you heavy winter clothing, which will give, as long as you're wearing that, you're at least have a solid benefit against the cold.
I guess my point is we probably can't get the chain. Will the chain go
Under.
Under. Jesus Christ. That's why there's 2 encumbrance for that winter clothing. Is that
For
what
the
that is?
original one, yeah.
Ouch.
2 encumbrance for the winter clothing?
Yes.
No, the previous winter clothing you guys had was 2.
Okay.
This
so
is probably going to be 3.
Oh.
I can't even walk in it.
Sure you can.
Okay, would the winter clothing be...
You can't run around at normal naked speeds. No, you will have some encumbrance.
Would the winter clothing be
Warren is 3.
less encumbrance for him? Because
No, warm would be 1 less.
2.
2.
That's what I was. Okay. And
Yeah.
that's what I had mine set at already.
Yeah.
I had it
so
Warren as 2.
add 1 to whatever you have.
Darn it, Matt.
What? Sorry.
Darn it, Matt. Would
I may
would
be
it
wrong.
would it be smaller encumbrance because of
Right.
his size?
Is that what it was?
It was.
Because that's what I had set
I don't
as.
believe that's how they adjust encumbrance.
That's fine. So it's when we program it in here, it's 3 encumbrance.
Oh,
It's 3 encumbrance if you're wearing it. It's a 2.
So you want to program it in so it's 4 encumbrance, and then click
Yeah, I was
4.
going to say it went down to 2.
Yeah.
My previous one was actually.
So no, it would be 3,
3 once
program,
worn.
and then worn, it's 2.
Well, yes, but Matt had to speak, so now it's 3 encumbrance worn. And
That's
4
why you yelled
regular.
at him.
I'm bad at this. Sorry. That's what my other group that I play with calls it. Quit
They-
matting
they-
us,
they
whoever
take,
says
They
it.
take your previous winter clothing and say, "Great, that's the undergarment,"
Yes. They put rocks in her.
and then they put Yeti fur
I
over
can no
top.
longer
Happy
carry
you
9
get yourself
encumbrance of your stuff,
unencumbered?
by the way.
Oh,
Because apparently, even though I had it
I
set
literally
at
drag all my coins
I
in
had
my
set it
backpack. and
2,
just
it was actually 2
barely
and
get me
1.
unencumbered.
Okay.
So
You will
was
probably
it
have to
2
deal with
on
some
yours?
encumbrance.
Oh no, yeah, no,
It
100%.
was 3, 2 more. I had it all in my mind.
I'm like Ralphie from
So
fucking
now I'm at like
Christmas
Keep
Story.
in mind, you can go several
can do-
levels
still
of
do
encumbrance
6.
before you can't move.
I
Is that
can't
a-
move
I
my
mean,
arm.
Yeah,
Smart,
everybody's
what
been very
I
focused
carry.
on, I don't want to
So
have
you
any
know, hey,
encumbrance
Matt,
at
what are you
all.
carrying?
Which I
Let me
understand.
know how many that
But
is.
the game has sort of implied that you're going to have some encumbrance if you're carrying
I'll
any
give you
decent amount of
6.
gear.
That's what the big people are for.
10.
Well,
10
have
days
them
worth of
carry the
rations
food.
and a hand weapon. So
Okay.
you could use the hand weapon. It's a spare.
I'm already at the second stage of
I'm not carrying enough food to encumber me.
That's what the goats
I'm
are
already
for.
at the second stage of encumbrance.
Goats don't
So you're
aren't
moving at
encumbered.
2?
Yeah. I'm going speed.
He doesn't have much encumbrance.
I have 10 encumbrance
Yeah.
max.
So do I, but
I have 7.
I'm carrying now 19.
I'm carrying 5.
Make him carry some of your shit. I don't want to walk around with somebody moving 2.
I'm just debating if I'm even going to wear the clothing. I'm going to wear the clothing, but
Yeah.
just as a flagellant.
Faith is only going to take you so far, my guy.
You will still freeze solid.
I don't think Sinner's bless your nipples.
Yep, after
For-
one day, well, we lost
for
the
level-
person. Time to go back to the company way.
We make it an hour out, he drops. Oh,
For level
shit.
3
Can somebody pick up the
advancement, we
tombstone?
have to have someone teach us.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
for
okay.
a week.
So I'm going to get rid of the things that I have accumulated.
And spend it on other stuff.
So I'm not like
Carrying
triple encumbered. I mean double encumbered.
Okay.
So I have
You-
the two-handed pick is 3. So yeah, and I don't need that. And
I want to be a soldier.
not
because
immediately.
I can get
yeah,
to
so I'd
it.
like to leave some of my stuff with
So what
the
goes
horseman.
into...
That they're willing to hold on to your gear and so forth, with the assumption you come back.
Yeah, and if they get their turn, their
Oh, Matt
sword
dies,
and
you're
they get
like,
a chance to
damn.
leave,
Yep.
they can take it and sell it. That'll be the agreement. And if they
Okay.
6.
Yeah, anything you guys want to leave behind, they will secure for you. On the theory that in a few weeks you may return.
okay.
So I'm carrying. Yeah, I'm carrying a shit ton.
Okay. You mentioned I hold
I got some items I wanna
on
add to
a
you.
rope.
I can't.
Is it?
He's got
can I
me
use
loaded up.
both hands while the
Okay.
gravestone is on my back?
Yes, it fills. It
Okay.
effectively takes your backpack slot.
Just making sure.
Fuck.
Because,
Yeah.
Can I strap a backpack to the rock?
To the rock now.
Damn it. I have stuff I want to make people
The
carry.
goat.
Yes,
Who
the
bought
goat.
the goats? Who bought goats?
I did not buy any goats. I bought.
And a goat was
It's
5 gold?
5 gold for a goat.
I don't have enough. Oh yeah, I do. I don't. I spent 10 of my 14
I have
on
enough.
Do you need
You
another?
want to go?
spyglass.
You want to go?
I think we need to
I
buy
think we
one.
need probably a couple.
Can it? It's gonna be strong like the dog. We can throw
So-
some bags on it and let it carry stuff.
So faint.
Okay, so...
Right?
William, out of
Dude,
game...
I love the dog more than you. Come on now.
The goats
Are you
don't
going to
carry
just
shit.
charge?
The goat sees a troll.
When we
It
get
freezes up,
combat-
falls off the cliff, all your gear goes with it.
Do you think I grab
It's a
my
fighting
handgun
goat
before
in
you
a
charge
combat
it?
zone.
When we
Depends on
get
what we're
back to
fighting.
Middenheim, we'll find out what
Okay.
the
Really don't want to give you
one
a
chick
handgun then.
did with your dog. I'm sure she bred it with something else. You got a
you have a
junior just
handgun?
waiting there.
Yes,
with some
I have a
kind of
handgun, a
weird
pistol, a
vampire.
shield, a hand weapon, and a heavy crossbow.
Might even be with the troll head.
The heavy
Right.
crossbow is 3 encumbrance
that
by
would
itself.
be amazing.
he is just the arsenal.
Yeah.
So the question was this still wearing the bell?
Ding, 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 ding,
I'm
ding.
that
Well,
one
we
guy
can track one of the Skaven.
Yeah.
I have a
So-
dagger,
She knows where it
a
goes.
sword, and then whatever you gave me.
Matt,
Rations and a weapon.
All
Matt,
plays into the
you don't
turn
understand.
of biscuit.
when you're going to a party, I'm that
Yeah.
guy that unloads weapons for an hour. Pistol, hand weapon, shield, handgun, heavy
Have you
crossbow.
guys seen the? It's a great TV series. I've got 2 seasons of it. Where there's like a shadow
Powder.
where they have to take the air like boats across sand to get through it to get the other side. Shadow.
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. Wheel
Poison.
of Wheel of
Shadow,
Shadow.
and bone.
Shadow and Bone.
Oh, Shadow
I
and
love
Bone, yeah.
that. But like the girl that's the assassin.
Yes.
They're like, you need to leave all your weapons here. She's like, shh, shoot dagger.
I
dagger,
really did
dagger.
like that.
Yeah,
Dagger,
that-
dagger, dagger.
Body
That's-
crew character set. That
It
was
was
really
awesome.
good.
that was the perfect it was the epitome of a role playing group.
Yeah, that I
What's it
really
called?
like
Shadow and
Shadow
Bone?
Bone.
Shadow and Bone.
It's
I-
fantastic.
It's the secondary characters. There's a group of mercenaries,
Yes.
effectively, that are all really well done. The main characters are fairly stereotypical with everything.
I literally have more weapons in my backpack.
So I'm at least. Does anyone want a free set of robes?
No.
No.
Because I can't
So-
carry them.
It is
Are they-
a fantastic
are they
series.
fancy
You
robes?
have to
Actually
just
free?
accept the idea of
How much
even
do
the
they weigh?
like the
Unworn one.
premise of magic and
okay,
the
I can
surrounding
carry 'em for
like,
you. I don't-
everything
assume
about
I
it.
can't wear the
I
robes
love
in
it.
addition with the
But
rest of the
it's-
stuff.
It's like he said.
What's
This is
what,
something that I've been
Apple or
wanting to do
what?
for a while.
Are they
Can I
fancy
get
robes? Yeah.
straps?
Is it on
For my
Netflix
weapons.
or
Really have
it's
an
either on
attachment.
You'll
Netflix
get
or it's
scabbards,
on
Not a
which is
huge
equivalent.
amount.
Amazon.
Okay,
Well,
we'll
which-
buy you more later or whatever. We can buy
But
more.
there's
Unless
there's
it's just
this
like
group
courtly
What
garb
are
or
you
something.
trying to do?
No,
I'm trying to
Get a
get
leader
something that I can
who's like a cripple with the cane.
like easily loop
Their
around my head if I'm trying
face,
to
like the
drop
pretty
my
boy
head
is
on
this
something
black
that
guy
can fire
who's
to
a
the ground.
gunslinger.
You
like
can
super
get
badass gunslinger, but he's also like a
Shoulder
whole
well.
like he's always
What type of
drinking
crossbow
and
is it?
gambling and all that crap.
He's the degenerate.
Yes.
Heavy cross, but I'm okay if that's
Yeah.
just my hand.
Ninja chick who's like an Asian Asian
Neither
from,
of which, neither of them
Red
are going
Dot.
to be small and not
Dot,
bulky
not
enough
feather?
to be able
yes,
to do that.
dot not feather.
So no, I
But
can't
she's
get
an
any
assassin.
straps.
You can
Specializes
get
in
a length
knives.
of rope
Badass.
and tie the crossbow
And
to
then
yourself.
who's their fourth
The
person?
problem is it's too big and bulky. It's going to encumber you effectively at that point because you got this anchor on you.
I
It's a
think
heavy crossbow.
they end up
Yeah,
taking
it has a base 3
on
one
a
not.
couple, one or two
So
people
how
into
much
the little
weight does a
crew
hand weapon
as
have?
the series goes
One.
on.
Okay.
I'll
So
check it
any
out.
item
It's
that
really
is
Check it out
both
this weekend.
one
Well,
or
I want to talk
less,
this weekend.
I'm fine with you doing that with one weapon. Okay, so if it's a sword, a knife, or whatever, and you want to have a
Cord.
attachment cord, I'm okay with that in concept. It's a bit of a stretch depending on the weapon, but if you got a heavy crossbow, you got a rifle, things like that, you drop it, it's dragging on the ground or interfering with your legs. It's just too big.
How about a holster
Let's do it, man.
in my shield for my pistol?
Drag it to the ground.
In concept, yes, they do not have those because that would be much more specialized.
Man.
Last couple of weeks, it's felt
They
like
can
my
give you a
ass is
length of
dragging
rope.
me
That's why I'm not asking for a pendant. So
Well, in that case, I want to get a strap for my crossbow pistol. Encumbrance of 0.
I'm fine with that. Something small and light, a
what?
hand weapon or
My
less.
crossbow pistol.
So you're doing your.
Yeah, it's a strap.
Yeah.
It's straight out of
really-
Pathfinder.
I really
Pathfinder has
want
that specifically
a hand
in
crossbow
the-
set.
A
What?
lot of
I really
games
want
have the
hand
basic
crossbows
concept,
that
and I'm
fit
okay with it as long as
my
it's a small, light item,
Why?
but not a heavy crossbow.
Because
I
I
agree.
can literally
I
just-
love how you said it's an anchor. If you think about it, it
Yeah.
literally drop it.
I
If you
run
can
towards
call
the
it
enemy.
something-
A heavy crossbow catches on a
nothing
rock.
like crossbow pistol.
Flop.
That doesn't matter when they're right next to me and I have point blank plus my 77 hand crossbow skill.
Jesus Christ.
Until you have to
Wait,
reload.
you have a 77 hand
It's a
crossbow?
pistol.
It's crossbow skill.
It goes with pistol. Oh, is it crossbow or pistol?
So you
Crossbow.
Crossbow. Jesus.
you have a 70 plus in both
Mine uses
crossbow and
crossbow
black
skill.
powder?
It's
Yes.
all the same ballistic skill.
It's ballistic.
Yes.
Yeah, but that implies he has what, a 20 in both?
No, it
No,
it
I
implies
have a
it's
base
the same
60
ballistic
ballistic
skill,
skill.
but you have to build.
Yeah, you have to
Your
build
your
single
actual
ballistic.
BS stat is 60?
Yes.
How?
19 advances. I have put so much XP into ballistic skill.
So you started out with a 41 ballistic skill?
I started
Yeah.
out. No, I started.
Well,
out
I got marksman, which
Okay,
had
there you
5,
go.
Yeah,
and
six.
I rolled
That's
I was
20.
gonna say, that's not fucking possible.
41.
I started with a 42 weapon skill because of.
Yeah, because of whatever the
weapon-
weapon skill
war-
was.
war-
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
word,
I mean, that's just annoyed because like we were talking about this the other day. We retired Friedrich.
Mhm.
3/4 of the group exceed his power level when he was retired, and the whole explanation was he's too powerful. And I'm like, okay, sure, he was maybe at the time, but now, goddamn, dude.
Well, part of the problem
And
is
then I
we're
can
not
take
resetting the experience
You wouldn't be
gain.
able to get to
We're retiring him and then coming in with new characters with equivalent experience
shoot.
and then
The di-
adding on to it,
Yeah.
The difficulty.
which is the difference.
The difficulty was when you retired, we weren't in Warhammer.
I understand
there was some
that.
of
It's
that,
just
yeah.
frustrating because I really enjoyed that character. He had a lot of history, backstory.
I enjoyed my
spent a
elf.
lot of time fleshing his ass out, and then
Here- Here's the thing:
Just
Sean,
terminated
Sean
one
could
day.
at any moment decide to bring Frederick back in if it was applicable.
Yeah.
He killed my elf, so I can't even bring him back
we
in.
never saw him die.
proof
We never
that.
saw
We
body.
only saw a one-eared corpse.
And then the fancy ear wasn't there, so
I've been very careful to hide everybody's deaths I can.
Right.
Milton's just waiting until it's profitable.
And
to
truly,
come back.
Even
in
biscuit,
all
even
applicable
biscuit.
sense, including what I sent you in my message long before you decided to murder me, I wasn't even in the freaking building. So, how they caught me, I don't know.
A scarce item. Can
Yes.
I roll for that?
Yes.
So
What
that-
item?
It is
Lead.
antitoxin kit.
Make me flaming arrows.
Okay.
Or no,
40 or
it
less.
doesn't do that. Man.
D100, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
He,
we're not
did,
late.
he doesn't do that.
No.
Sure. Apparently they have all these rare supplies. You guys are looking right
Okay, but triple
Triple the
price.
cost.
What'd you get?
17.
Antitoxin kits.
Oh, nice.
So if you use it,
Deals
it
with
contains
poison
a
and-
small knife, herbs, and a jar of leeches. A successful heal test with this kit removes all poison conditions. Treatment takes at least 2 rounds to do.
Why pay for that?
And
I
how
can
many
do that for
uses
you
does a
guys.
kit have in it? 10, like a healer's kit?
Doesn't say.
It doesn't say
Yeah.
specifically.
Leeches can be reused.
Why do that? I can do
Generally,
that.
yes. You just have to microwave them first to
You're
thaw.
not bleeding
Right?
someone.
Just rub them on somebody. We're just gonna leave those on there.
No,
Dance
I
around.
would say any sort of kit like that, 10 uses is not unreasonable.
Okay.
I'm all
I
set.
just have
I am gauging
I'm
the
not set.
psychological, where his mind is at as we travel.
That's a good point.
Gone.
Well, I haven't spoken to any of you.
That's my point.
He's corrupted.
You've
Hey.
just been walking around, picking up gear, putting on a jacket, drinking, and sleeping.
I want to find a puppy.
They do. I don't believe they have
Here
any
you go.
puppies.
Wait, where's he? Puppy. Motor. Right. Here he is.
Yeah, let's roll a D100. See if I can collect it or less.
Listen, we're using all those up, guys, because what's gonna
Yeah.
happen? We're gonna have
Yeah.
their first battle. 99, 99,
That's right.
99.
Yeah.
Like
All
every
your
other
good luck
fucking
now.
combat.
Hey!
If it's rare, I got it.
It is
Hey,
right.
buddy. You found
The
him.
dog is rare.
You found him.
Hi there, Bobby.
You can get him a goat.
All right. I will
We are
attempt
getting him
to
goats.
talk to the halfling and in a. I know you've already changed, which I don't know that my character doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to try to engage his mind into his medical knowledge
Did we ever
to
do the
keep him
mutation
out
rolls?
of the
Oh, we need
depression.
Get him focused on cutting things.
before we
Bless him.
before we go. I need to figure out my doomsday.
And I probably am not smart
Okay.
enough to realize that's the direction you're going. I'm like, yeah, you do this, yeah.
We do need to just roll.
Wait. Let's roll.
Can't carry it.
Yeah.
Can you?
A 6?
6, jeez.
You're just doomed.
Now mine lingers.
That was your D1000 roll, or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Now mine lingers over along the land of the dreams.
I'm trying to at least get
That's
so
what
I
the
can
game
move
said.
3
Well,
I'm not using what the game said
Okay.
from somewhat.
because I don't have it. The table's not in there.
The problem is I would need to give up either my handgun or heavy crossbow.
Question is whether or not I actually have the table with me.
Good lord.
I'm not
But I,
smart enough.
but I have it recorded.
Like
that
if you
rolled a
decide that,
6.
if you'll figure out what I'm trying to
There
do
we go.
really
Boom.
easily, because I have a fellowship of 20, below average. And if
Why are you talking to me, retard?
then my intelligence is below average as well, so you're like,
Blunt
I know what
knife
this guy's
will-
doing.
Will cause
Oh,
thy end.
it's okay.
One's nice.
A blunt knife will cause thy end.
Oh god, that's so vague.
Yeah.
He's
So where you're
never
going.
mind. I'm not.
I'm dying because of breakfast. You're gonna die because of a blunt knife. There we go.
Yeah. You're both dying because of a
Butter
goblin
knife.
serving breakfast.
Yeah,
That's
it
all
hurt
right.
more when it was in.
Don't die by butter knife.
Dulling the blade on a rock.
I'm almost ready.
That's right.
Okay, so
That's a
It's
great
best. It's
torture.
best.
I probably don't want to give it
It's
to you.
best to tear the meat
I
with.
probably don't want to give my black powder weapons to you.
That implies I would
Maybe
immediately
you.
smack them.
I will guarantee they never get used.
Yeah, because you'll be like 100 yards away from me.
Yeah, they throw him off the cliff.
Yes.
Yeah.
What the hell is
Yeah.
that? If
Yeah,
you've
you're
ever
the person who is distinctly against
against black powder, yeah, I very specifically do not like your
Quartermaster
character.
Haybash comments. The mountain. He knows the mountains are particularly harsh. The tallest peaks have never seen a summer.
Oh,
It's actually
Okay.
my character
It's
class.
Ulrich's
Keeps
own
my
domain.
power.
No, I'm
Okay.
aware.
So your wolf kid will probably be right at home there.
It's fantastic.
Everybody else, not so much. He offers you rope, the traveling clothes that you guys have
Yes.
already,
Very safe.
and tents
Look at all
if
this.
you wish to.
That's alright. It's my
To shelter you. Okay. He warns you it's only going to take you so far. You're going to need to be just as harsh as the weather to survive otherwise. Okay. So if you
Tents
wish
first.
to bring tents so you have some shelter, consider that as far as weight as well.
We absolutely are going to bring tents.
I'm absolutely breaking third goats.
We have some.
No, we do.
So how many goats have we brought so far?
A tent has an encumbrance of 2.
How many?
It's
does
a
it hold?
small
How
tent.
many people
It's a
does it
small tent. It will hold 2 in a pinch.
hold? Well, it's not a pinch. You're holding 2 because we need each other's body heat to keep warm.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Let me see how much the wagon had.
How many goats have we bought so far?
It had 9 small tents.
Okay, so we all have a tent for free.
I mean, they're giving
he
you
was
tents
giving
also.
Tents are heavy though.
Okay, who can carry a tent without us
Tents have an encumbrance of 2.
going into our level 2 encumbrance?
and they're two
I'm already
encumbrance?
there.
Yeah.
Level 3 rather encumbrance.
Level
I
3, yeah.
can't.
I'm already level.
Well, the beggar question is who's already moving the slowest, and what that's going to be.
2.
Okay, so
Are
who
you
can
moving
carry a
too?
tent?
Yeah, my arsenal of weapons is weighing me down
So
finally.
who can carry a tent without going slower than 2?
I can carry it.
I can
without
carry a
actually
tent.
having it.
But you have no way of carrying it.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point.
He
You
has
can
hands.
strap it across his back too. You know
No.
what?
He's got.
Show-
I love it. Show your true dedication.
My true dedication would be sitting out in the cold and trusting in
Oh, whatever. No, it's not. Sigmar would want you to survive. The elements alone should not be what takes you down.
Agreed. They won't. As long as
So you
my
converted to
faith
Sigmar
holds true.
now?
I'm not carrying a fucking tent. I can't. It brings
got
me
it.
down to level 2.
I can tell you.
And I have to be faster than the
I
slowest
got a
person.
10. I can carry one.
No, you have to be able to
Easily
easily
carry
drop
2
things
probably.
such that you're
Still not
faster
being
than the
the 3.
slowest person.
I'm gonna inspect this young man here and be like,
Him?
What?
Where's-
Encumbered stuff.
you don't look like you're encumbered at all.
Am
I don't want to peek out anything else.
And I'm carrying a
What do
lot
you
of your
want
stuff.
to see?
Like in the trappings area.
Yeah, I got.
So
I got.
scumbag.
all my heavy
I got
stuff.
crap like strapped
My-
onto my backpack
Okay, so you're 2 bulk
because he's giving me
Yeah,
full
I mean, carry a
encumbrance
tent.
for everything.
Well, and then anything
All
up to
I've
that
given you
triple.
the stuff you're welcome to also
Because I
use.
don't
I
move
try
any
to give you
slower
stuff
until I
that's
get to
helpful
30.
for you also.
So one tent will put me into one.
I
tent is
agree.
2.
I am
mean,
not
20
arguing
twice
against
my
How
that.
can he possibly
And
run
then
for
I
help?
don't.
if
You don't
he's
go
in-
down again until
You
get
run
I-
for help.
Here's
So
the
it goes-
funny
it goes-
thing is because
I'll be
of
back
what
in
he's-
4 days.
I'm
because of
encumbered.
what he's done, I'm
so
perfectly
encumbered
okay with
until I
keeping
go to
him.
30.
Okay,
Then
yeah,
I'm
wow.
full
You
on.
can carry a lot.
So I can carry 2
Um,
tents.
Do they have
Easily,
any
yeah.
backpacks here?
Sure.
That
That's half of us.
In my little.
do you remember back in?
I didn't have a chance to stop.
I don't know. I
using
can't
it.
remember which edition of D&D. It might have been Pathfinder. It might have been 3.0. It might have been 3.5. They had those
Two
quick
tens,
release
two
backpacks,
backpacks.
just
Do
like.
not have that. That's too
Two
too
tents,
advanced
2
for their
bulk.
general technology here.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll,
This is a
I'll
soldier
grab 2
camp. They
tents.
don't outfit them
where
with quick
they at?
release.
So that
Actually,
As
what
medieval,
actual weapon?
modern day,
Gotcha.
absolutely. I
modern
agree.
day, all of our backpacks were
Right.
quick
Modern
release.
day, they care about the
Word on
troops.
my back.
Because there's a practical limit for the amount of weapons you can have.
Give me a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
you should definitely.
Are you
do that
ready?
Stuff.
Ready?
I've got 12 bandages.
And
Okay.
it's, unless it's too much.
Yeah, if you need to say, "Are you ready?"
Heavy
it's probably
crossbow,
not good.
hand weapon, shield,
We
pistol.
don't,
And
we don't need
Handgun.
an inventory of what you got.
Why do you have
Hand-
a heavy
hand-
crossbow
hand-
and a rifle?
I got 3
And-
healing
But no,
bonuses.
all that is good. I'm okay with
A
any of
whip.
The
No
whip is
potions, though.
That was for my
that class.
Can I get 1 potion?
no, for my horse.
I'll
Because
carry
if I have a
it
whip,
if
it
you want.
moves faster.
I want to have it on me. So
Well,
it
that's not a
fights.
whip.
That's
That's
fine.
a horse whip.
Yeah, that's
The riding
there's no
crop.
horse.
That's a riding
So
crop.
I can
more or
I can
less.
carry
Yeah.
a
Either
bag.
way.
You don't necessarily need
Yeah.
it.
It holds.
Yeah,
4.
but that doesn't increase my encumbered at all.
Shoulder.
Understood,
Yeah,
but the idea here is you guys are going deep into the mountains.
Now
Take
you've
what's
gotta pick it.
necessary
Trim.
Yeah, I don't
Not
like that idea.
what
Okay.
is
I, don't
nice.
like,
to
I think
have.
everybody should just have them.
And
And
not even what
as an
costs money.
emergency.
You gotta.
And think
But-
about
Yes,
what
it's
get this
a
whip.
good
Think about what
point.
your character
I mean,
can
I'm
do.
fine with you guys leaving your magic weapons and things like that behind too.
No, I'm good, thanks. I have a magic weapon now, and I
like
don't
to
know
have
what
a
it does.
magic weapon so I can leave it
Oh, the
behind.
sword?
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I heard you left
Yeah,
it
my
behind.
sword.
Okay.
those stupid cloaks, man. Or the winter clothing.
You can leave
Oh,
that
you know what?
behind if you prefer.
I had one on me.
Oh, okay.
Are we going
Well, if you
over the mountains or are we going through the... I want to know now. Are we going through the goblins or are we going through the mountains?
Yes,
Goblins.
please.
Which one? I mean, I can handle whatever.
Goblins.
To be honest with everyone here, you and I, you can handle whatever. I can handle whatever. He can't. He'll run.
Hey!
He can handle whatever.
They'll just stand
She'll-
close to me. I mean, I just exude heat
they'll-
and confidence.
We already have the experience that they'll go around us.
Right.
Pause, though.
But not through a small, like.
But
these
there
would
won't be. We're gonna be on a mountain range. Those things, if they're up there, they're gonna climb. They go around us.
Also-
They're gonna eat him alive because he'll go invisible. He'll run. He'll die. That means
Gloriously,
you're just
but-
gonna get eaten.
But we'll be okay.
Well, that's because they'll lure us and kill everybody
Okay.
else as we
So,
destroy
but
them.
the thing is if we go through the cold,
It's
they may
escaping
not.
all
They're
over
going to be
again.
able to survive that.
Also, the more
We can carry more gear.
the more goblins we kill, the better.
So you're viewing this as the extra players are more of the pack mules to carry the food you'll need when you get through the mountains.
Correct.
'Cause
Absolutely.
we do have to come back this way too. There is not another option.
Correct.
We have to come back this way. So
And do we want to fight wyverns on top of a mountain?
Better than goblins, yeah.
I mean, there's like
I mean,
going to
there's
be
only
like
one
one wyvern versus
20
600
goblins.
One wyvern when we're
Here's-
on top of a mountain.
Here's
that
what
can
I'm worried
fly.
about. Have you ever heard of
They can fall too.
this? What's their magic called? Wah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wah, little wah, and big wah.
Okay. Either way, I don't really want to get cursed by some goblin goobo, dancing around and crap.
Ignore that. I'm just
I
testing.
ate at a Wawa once. It was good.
You're just stabbing one of us.
I don't want to get cursed by their goblin, whatever I.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Weeble wobbles? Oh no!
Either way, I will tell you my choice would be to face the greenskins. That would be my choice. But that's because I really want the glory of killing as many of them as I can kill.
I want to purge them.
So we know that
They're
Okay,
almost,
they're
they're
Wouldn't it be
almost as bad
glorious
as
if you could kill the winter storms?
they're almost as bad as the heretics.
Can you? Are you allowed to use stuff that blows up? Can you use these two bombs? That
I can. I'm fine with taking.
I mean, it'd be cool.
you
Like
blow up really
from
quick.
from
So you
from
gotta be
invincible
careful.
from
Throw 'em near
invincible
Matt.
to blood
Throw them
splatter.
near Matt.
But if you explode while you're invisible, does it become visible?
Yes, because it would count as a loud noise, which dispels it.
Oh, that's like no. I'm just
They
kidding.
blow up really quick.
Oh,
Yeah, Degne's known for short fuses.
yeah. He is a dwarf. Can you carry said vomit bombs?
I
It's
can't
essentially
remember how
work.
heavy they are.
And the blast bombs.
No, it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
I tried looking them up in the thing.
Yeah, I
couldn't
didn't find them.
Okay.
I found like a firebomb, incendiaries.
All I know is
So they're blast
I would
bombs.
explain this to you in detail how I blew up
There you go.
trying to light the bomb.
They have an they're zero encumbrance. They're very light.
Yeah, I can carry them.
That's why Blackrockers don't trust
Okay,
them.
then
I
you
agree.
go ahead and carry those.
I-
If I need to
it
take them
just-
from you or whatever to light them, that's fine. I'm
It,
done with that.
it absolutely made
It's
me realize
a-
how I never want to
Since
mess
you're
with it
more
ever
familiar with the mechanics,
The higher we go, the
it's
farther
a
we are
damage
from the line of
14
sight.
bomb with a blast 3 impact and penetrating.
Yeah, it's the same bombs we work
The
with.
true test of strength
Okay.
and endurance has nothing to do with
No,
fighting.
because I need to know what I'm bringing.
It has to do with
With what?
testing your
With which way
personal
we're going.
self.
He needed the immediate answer, and then everybody got distracted.
Greenskins.
Mine.
Greenskins? Okay.
Can't
Yep.
see my actions
Thank
up
you.
there.
Greenskins.
So now that Ben starts buying his equipment, everybody decides to go to the mountains.
Yes.
He's got beach wear on, and he's got a ball under one arm and a surfboard, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go to the mountains.
The flagellant
Son
and
of a
the warrior of Ulrich are having a discussion. We're not arguing yet.
That's all right. I made the decision.
I'm gonna go out and tend to the goat and prep it. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna
Put
tend
some
to the
salt on it.
I'm
and-
going to bring. I'm going to bring.
On the very
I'm gonna make sure it's
powder,
clean.
'cause I'm hoping that.
goat. Make sure that it's not
fear the water.
diseased, things like that.
Sure.
And is it
If it is, I'm gonna go swap it out for
No,
the goat.
yeah. They
It's
do
go
know
to
about.
sick.
They are engineers.
100%.
No, yeah,
That was
the
what
goat
they said,
seems
so
perfectly
they
fine.
know about
The
black
guy selling
powder,
the
they
goat
know
seems
about
like he's
traps,
pretty
they
sick.
know about all that kind of
By the
stuff.
way,
I'll try
So
to.
it may not be as
Honestly, as a
effective, but it
player,
doesn't mean
I
it's not.
don't want to fight
I just want
wyverns.
you to be aware.
Goblins are fine because they don't fly.
Oh yes,
Oh,
they
yeah,
do.
they do.
Okay.
I disagree.
They may not survive the
They
flight.
glide.
Why did you say that?
They do. You see, also in Warhammer, there is a spell that
Dude,
makes
if we find some Doom Gliders, I'm gonna be so happy.
I did forget it.
Rise to Gold Valley. And slap. Emerging over the farthest hill, you see a large slingshot.
All I gotta say is I'm flaming Willie.
Yeah.
We don't fly, we fall with style.
I forgot they existed.
Amazing. Fun.
I mean, I'm all for greenskins. They're fun too.
Yeah.
The trolls like to throw up on you, and clean up is hard.
Well,
Gets in the nooks and
no.
crannies.
I'm sure trolls and wyverns are so big they won't even see us if we're stealthy enough.
But I'm giant. Like, I'm massive. I
you
know how
stealth?
big I am. I'm amazing, and I shine. So
What is this foreign concept you say? Stealth?
I'm just saying. I feel like the goblins is like a guaranteed conflict compared to going up north. There's a chance we don't fight it, and even if we do, that's more of an easier controllable fight, because I don't think wyverns are pack animals. From my limited experience.
The goblins could just be
And-
dead. They could have just died off too. I mean, really, it's been 100 years
Got it.
since his sister got killed.
Well, the dwarves want us to avenge the sister, so we will help the dwarves.
But wouldn't dwarves also want us to get there alive to go see where their
Well,
homeland
Degny
is?
wants you to use the bombs to avenge the rats.
Right.
Yeah.
The rats that killed his sister.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about the goblins other than there's night goblins.
And honestly, we can take both paths, guys. We don't need to split up or
You
anything.
could.
We could take one way, and when we come back, we could do the other side. I mean, really, we could clear this whole mountain and make it a new ski lodge.
I do like the idea of splitting up.
Yeah, well,
Then
I
at
mean,
least one group makes it.
exactly. Pure distraction.
That's not what that means. Both groups die.
These are Radagast rabbits.
I love the ski lodge joke.
I mean, if it matters, I will vote for the above pass. But even if that is just me only voting for that.
What you do is you take the
Hey
mountain
Matt,
pass, you
if
send
it makes
the
you feel
cat
better,
through the valley.
leaving the rifle.
Boulder parchment
It
shears.
does not.
I am now at one.
I had to think of what all three things were in all world
Why
things.
don't you
Like,
carry the heavy crossbow?
Boulder Parchment Shield.
yep.
Give him your heavy crossbow.
It's
You
okay.
carry the handgun.
Can you just carry a heavy handgun?
Yeah. No, that is a very good
He can use a
idea.
crossbow.
If he can even load it.
You forget
It takes.
you couldn't load it. You've only fired.
I
it
have
like-
He
It takes.
reloaded it well.
It takes 2 success levels to reload a heavy crossbow.
It's been
I have
6
been
rounds.
rolling. I
load
have
it
rolled.
once.
I can
You
reload
did
this
great.
effectively.
You did great. I agree. What I'm trying to do is, he can use a crossbow. He can't use a handgun. Both
Not
are very
effectively.
useful.
Yeah.
I think we can survive the cold.
He can pull the trigger, yes.
And here's the thing: once we survive the cold, like I was saying, you were
Grasp for
you were
the
off
longest time.
searching for something, but
That's what I did for the grasp for the longest time. No training.
once we survive the
Okay,
cold,
so-
we can always come back through on the
Congratulations,
greenskins
Warren.
on the way back and wipe them completely out.
It's
They'll
three
never
balls.
think of us coming from behind them.
That's up to you.
I agree.
I mean-
most likely what you
I agree
see
100%.
with the heavy crossbow
Yeah,
is
that's
round
not
1 I
actually
drop
bad.
that.
Cold little one.
We need to
I'm
complete.
gonna rub your shoulders to keep you warm.
You're walking like this. Like,
I'm the Batista of the group.
all right, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm going through the mountains. I'm gonna
Bring in
start
the
getting-
goats.
Taking the goat.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll.
Guess we're
Now
going.
they're going through the mountains.
It's up
In case
to you.
that changes.
You do not have
What
Yep.
is going on?
We were always going through the mountains. Now we're going. Now we're going through the high mountain.
All I have to do is just put one vote for the mountains. Everyone's redebating. It works.
Listen, all I do, I just whichever person talks to me last, that's exactly what I do. I'm like, yep, no, that's good. Nope,
Somebody
that's
use
good.
logic
Nope, that's good.
on the unintelligent guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's you and me both.
Yep.
George.
That was the best
Do you want?
flaw I ever got.
So you want the heavy crossbow?
No. I prefer not to have it.
Okay, I'm giving you the heavy crossbow anyways.
I can't even carry
Okay.
the damn thing.
Yeah, straight bulk.
I mean, just keep in mind, whenever I'm doing anything, I'm dropping it. So if it gets lost, it's lost.
That's a good point. I'm alright with that. I can live with that.
He drops it and
The
fire
thing is,
shoots
the
me.
thing is, I only have black powder then.
My thing is, if
Ooh,
just drop when you're gonna
Don't use
do
your black powder.
when you're gonna do
Leave the handgun.
Yeah.
We'll come back.
Holy crap!
Take the heavy crossbow. Leave the handgun.
yeah.
Oh,
And the vote shifts back to goblins.
Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't use a handgun.
Avalanches are real.
No. They are superstition.
No. I can tell you.
Wait.
They're real.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
What are you talking about?
I'm just kidding.
What'd you spend your entire time on a
I
swamp?
really want to make a character based on that miniature now. It's killing me.
Okay, I'm taking my heavy crossbow, leaving the rifle.
I like
Okay.
the old man.
Objection?
You're leaving the rifle here with all the bullets?
No, I'm taking the bullets.
Yeah, so Mac can look at this. For what
I'm leaving all the rifle bullets.
we're avoiding these.
Yeah,
Taking the pistol bullets.
Okay.
I
Okay, go about the-
love that it's just
Wait.
carry chitin
Squid.
on the back.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Squiggle.
You see, we're avoiding those.
Fucking cave squids. That's a big one too.
Yeah.
That's his troll.
At least he doesn't have a squig off.
That's terrifying.
Could you imagine fighting a squig?
Because aren't cave squids usually small?
Yeah.
Medium size.
Medium.
Medium size.
Yeah, that one's a bigger one.
I'd be more scared of all his snotlings.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they still have that ability, but they had that. They used to have the ability to mimic certain aspects of whatever's close to them. So you'd always put them around the ogres and trolls.
Yeah, I don't think they have
No,
that.
they don't have that.
Yeah,
They just
Okay.
basically don't count as anything with routing or mains. And
So
stuff
you guys
like that.
gear up, get some sleep overnight, and in the morning, everybody give me a average endurance test.
Is this?
Did we get a good night's sleep?
Yes,
Yet? So I have my fortune point
you
back.
do. You have recharged all of your fortune and resilience.
Finally!
I lost everything but one anyway. So
So I'm going to use my talent resist disease to automatically pass the first test.
Okay.
Is this for resisting the dark powers?
Cyber.
Hey, I rolled actually decently.
I didn't.
And what is it? Endurance?
Endurance.
You said challenging?
Yeah.
This isn't hunger or cold breathing.
It is not.
Or chaos.
Hey, I rolled well.
Okay.
Nice.
Is this a disease thing?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
just like him. Okay.
Yeah, you two automatically passed. The other three so far have passed.
4.
I
That's
only
great.
saw.
Oswald,
Okay.
me.
Yeah, I guess 4 people have rolled. So by
Holy
morning,
shit, an 80?
yeah,
Yeah.
happens every morning.
Flatulence
Catch
are
yourself.
good.
And yeah, I'll be doing that.
Yeah. So you guys all gather up after a warm bowl of breakfast gruel. Apparently Volker's already injured for the day. The rest of you are feeling off, but not coming down with any direct illness.
Yay.
According to reports, about a third of the camp has come down with illness at this point.
We're gonna return, and there's gonna be nobody.
So, the path leads out of the camp to the south, and after a short distance, the trail turns southeast. For at least the first day, you really don't have to make a decision as to whether you're going lower altitude or higher altitude.
So, did you roll that on average?
I rolled it on the hard.
It's not.
Challenging.
I rolled it on challenging.
Yeah.
You said average.
No, I said challenging.
So everybody,
Passed.
I understand, but I rolled on a challenging test, which gave me a 65 skill. Did everybody else roll on average?
Yeah.
yeah. You said average.
You did say average.
You did say
Okay.
average.
It doesn't matter.
I was looking at everybody else's skill like, holy shit!
You are so weak as
Yeah.
bullshit.
I mean, Ozzy still got me beat, but
Yeah, honestly, I can understand.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand.
So,
No, I don't.
so I did want to ask. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but what about fortune
I've got
points?
26
This
advantage.
is to
What
make
about-
it-
oh, do you get another one?
Well, you don't get any fortune points.
I will give everybody
made
due to surviving the brass keep. I'll give you your choice of
Jesus.
one fate or
But you see my
one
toughness.
resolve.
Oh, okay.
You roll a
That was
6.
resilience, but yeah.
Okay. Resilience or fate, everybody can add 1 point.
Oh, really?
I'm getting that 5 back.
Wherever you wish. Now that recovers your full fortune and your full resolve, based on whatever that value is.
I'm back up to
So
5
a
fate.
fate gives you a fortune.
So the resolve.
Yes. Fate is your
Resilience
maximum
gives you a
fortune.
You can.
I have 0
pick
resilience
one,
and 1
and
resolve.
you get rid of one physical condition.
Right,
like
so
bleeding,
you're-
stun or whatever.
Right.
Ignore psychology.
The resolve, I think, would naturally
The,
come
Resilience.
the resolve is the temporary
Resilience
thing,
is,
the short-term thing.
pick your
Oh,
number,
okay.
You have an extra one because you spent your
you
resilience at some
automatically
point.
resist.
So you can
any
either keep that one
Like
resolve
mutation,
and
I mean.
you're never going to get another one.
or
But
yeah,
what I'm
or
doing is
ignore
giving you
critical
one of the big bonus ones.
Resilience ignores
Back.
critical hit.
I'm
yeah,
taking
but
the
you still
fate.
take the regular.
Because the fate's the one that allows you to just
Stay alive.
stay alive. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
taking the fate.
Fortune does what?
I back up to
Rerolls.
5 fate.
Or change your initiative.
Right.
order.
Right. Fortune's a reroll. Fate keeps you alive. Resilience
I had like
chooses a dice roll.
I think I had 4 and
Resolve
3
ignores a
when I
condition.
made the character. Whatever
I grabbed
human gets, I had
It
relatively.
varies.
Six.
I'm down to
6.
1.
A lot of people have used quite a few of them. That's what I'm saying. I'll give you one more of those wherever you want to place it.
I kept forgetting to use my resolve.
Yeah.
That's your choice. Like I said, resolve lets you ignore conditions. Resilience lets you pick a dice roll.
I use the shit out of my that ignore conditions thing. I loved, but that's your permanent.
No,
No, that's your-
that's your
that's
temporary.
That's the one that
Picking the dice
Well,
roll
then
is your permanent.
I'm doing the whole ignore condition thing because I got stunned so many times by that freaking troll. That's where all my resolve was.
Yeah.
Was in that fight with the troll.
Yeah, but
You're
but,
stunned.
but you
No.
what you do is you add 1 point of resilience.
It gives me a resolve. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it will give you a resolve currently, and it raises your maximum resolve up to that number. Okay. Now if you're over it because you spent your resilience, you don't lose any resolve
Okay.
until you spend it down.
I had 0 of nothing, anything but 1 fate left.
Okay.
After
So
the
then
end
you
of
have
all-
1 fortune and 1 fate, and now you have 1 resilience and 1 resolve.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm gonna pray.
A wolfie.
Okay.
The troll comes with your
Got it.
challenge.
Never mind.
Don't get some.
He's not with you.
Okay.
Apparently, he has left you. Ronald has left the building.
Does that just last until it gets used? That's
It
amazing.
gives me extra fortune points that goes over the cap till I reduce back down to 0 fortune points.
You don't have signal here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello?
Too high of altitude.
How
Hello?
many times can you take that? Once a day or something?
I can only perform it when I have. I can only perform it again once it's active. So I mean, I could technically roll now. I'm not going to because it's the same day and everything.
Right.
But when it's active, I cannot perform it again until I reach 0 fortune.
Technically, it's just like casting another spell. He can cast it as many times as he wants until it's successful, or until the GM says, no, Ronald is not listening anyways. Rerolling is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Which is functionally what he's preempting, because, yeah, if he just rolls 10 times before you guys leave camp, Ronald's going to listen to the first prayer and then ignore you.
Yeah.
So.
Won't keep calling until you answer.
Oh, am I
20
healed, by the way?
calls later.
I don't know.
Ronald's just a jealous ex-girlfriend.
You can press the bed icon.
Bad icon.
Yep.
Is that this?
Yes. That looks like
Oh.
a bed.
There you go. 9 wounds healed.
Okay, I'm healed. And
Yeah,
let's apply it.
I don't know.
Doesn't let me
No,
apply
it
it.
doesn't.
It should automatically.
Is anybody else still wounded or have any critical injuries?
I think I was the only one still
What
wounded.
the?
Unfortunately, your arm will never heal.
Wait, were we gonna deal with his criticals from the explosion?
Did he have criticals?
Nope.
No, he sacrificed
Wait.
his entire
Oh,
armor.
Yeah, he sacrificed.
Oh.
That's why he didn't have any armor for the last fight.
I went in with 5 hit points, no armor, and
And a busted shield.
yeah, had 1 point of shield. That's it.
And I abandoned you.
Not to play other people's characters. I thought some of us went over the
Well, I went a shit ton of what?
the corruption limit.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm at my max.
I have 9 of 10.
Yeah, as long as you haven't gone over your max, you're fine.
And that
good.
will
8 of
prop
9.
a message in the chat.
Okay.
And I thought I was even with it. I have a talent that that extra that he was forcing on me when I failed, I saved from one of those. Pure
soul.
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Pure soul.
Pure
So
soul's
I'm at
good.
9 out of my 10.
Okay.
That's how my soldiers
I'm
not
not
You don't, you don't
Never
have
got
enough to roll
any
until you get to 11.
It's curious because massive amounts of corruption were
That-
dished out.
Yes,
There
I
were-
got 8.
There was a bit of corruption.
I got 7.
Shut fortune points, guys.
I got killed.
Biscuit got 20.
But Matt, that's how my soldier never got
He's
any
gonna come back
corruption,
as a
'cause he had
sour
pure soul.
biscuit.
The one time that everybody got corruption, he didn't because he rolled good and had pure soul.
The opposite of Cerebus, he's got 3 bodies instead of 3 heads.
That's right.
One head, 3
Anders
bodies.
is pure of heart and soul.
Sean's just like, and I'll drop that
And
down
you-
in the mind of Drew.
If you keep being calm.
Nope.
Nope.
ChatGPT will give you all sorts
That's
of
right.
things.
But yeah, this blessing costs
The
2
dog,
XP.
who was heavily corrupted. He died.
That one did.
How would he come back?
Died by rat bites.
It's gonna be amazing when he
But
does
it's
return.
effectively
Anyways.
infinite.
Okay, so a day out of camp. You guys are hiking into the mountains, getting steadily higher and higher into the altitude. According to the trail and the map that you guys have, this is where you need to make a decision whether you're going to stick to the high altitude path and deal with the weather and natural threats, potentially wyverns, or go slightly lower elevations, stay better with the bad weather, but have to deal with potentially goblins.
Moving on up.
Yeah. Head for the weather.
Okay? Or you're going to split up.
You going down, Flageolet?
No.
Bye bye.
We're all like, do you want to split with us? Go ahead. It's right there.
Yeah. Met you a day ago. Here you go.
Right. Ah,
We tried.
Ulrich's very sad.
It's okay, Matt.
You could have been
The flageolet turns left, but it goes
We
right.
gotta wait. You see, when we're coming up on it, we should
Everybody
tell them to
starts walking
scout.
slower.
And tell them we're going down there. So they'll scout for us, and then we'll go north. Go up.
No,
Which way do you want to go? We go the opposite way.
Okay.
Shove it down.
The second day into the
I would not
mountains.
do that to him.
And what do you do with
The weather is bright. It's sunny as you climb the mountains. That lasts for maybe an hour or two.
Wow.
Everybody give me a average perception check.
I'm actively looking for those vipers that they mentioned
Okay.
every time. I won't see them.
Okay.
Would this be
Just-
in low light conditions?
Unless there's a reason for it, and well, actually, no matter what, while we're traveling,
Was this a
I
challenge?
know because it
It
was
was
taking
average.
action to put my koi on, right? The koi cell. Yeah. We get it.
Does it
Is
involve
it here?
shotgun?
Is involved here?
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, it does.
Sure.
All right.
Howling winds.
Darn.
My God, why am
Now
I?
we're all
I'm
really
rolling
terrible.
fantastic.
Obviously, you're the only one that's used to this area.
Ozzy.
Okay,
There
thank
you.
you.
Go.
Okay. You guys are heading up the
But
mountains.
you're stupid.
Here and there are tiny little yellow plants, just wildflowers, growing in the snow. A couple of hours in, you notice all of them are rather rapidly closing up.
Oh.
Okay, giving you an indication that the weather's about to turn bad, and you can see storm clouds building rapidly in the mountains. You estimate you have maybe 15-20 minutes or so until the storm hits. The wind's already starting to pick up.
And it's late in the day.
No, it's
No.
midday.
Yeah.
Relay that to the
We're
group.
gonna need to lock it down, fellas.
What?
Flowers. The flowers say it's gonna get stormy,
He's
and I start securing a tent. I start securing a tent immediately.
You start
Yep.
putting up a tent?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't believe this bullshit.
This dude talks to flowers, but he can't write.
I love it. The two stupid characters found that.
I'm stupid too, but I have outdoor survival, and I still failed that roll too. It
Okay.
sucks. Intelligence. God, I do not like playing a stupid character.
Intelligence is everything.
Give me a very hard dexterity test as the wind's picking up for the tents.
Yeah.
Oh
What?
no.
Assist?
Oh,
Whoever spits you a tent.
oh, I could do that.
You could do that?
Very hard?
Actually,
Very
never
hard.
mind, Never mind.
I physically
I
cannot do
assist him.
that.
The halfway
You
might.
can assist, yes.
I am.
So I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Nope. I rolled a 20.
I'm arguing until it gets that bad that I'm trying to find a big
How do you
rock
have a?
that I can
Okay.
get to the leeward
Oh,
side.
very
Give me a
hard.
survival check.
I physically can't do this.
Okay.
Wait, so what would helping do?
Gives them a plus 10.
Yeah. So I'd still would have failed by 1.
Minus 1 on him.
My tent's up.
I climbed into the
You
tent. with you.
destroy a tent by accident.
No, that was a 10.
He looks around. You're in an open plain. Where'd the mountains go?
Damn it.
Okay. As the storm rolls in, the wind picks up drastically as you start pulling out all the tents and things like that, trying to stake them down. The wind is basically just whipping them out of your hands and everything. Basically, it's untenable putting a tent. You see the Wolfkin a short distance away scanning the fog and cloud saying, "Where'd the mountains go?"
What's going on?
As the temperature physically drops 10 or 20 degrees. I mean, it's already well below freezing. Visibility drops down to a few dozen yards as the cloud literally rolls into you, and the air is filled with a fine drizzle that you can just feel freezing on your clothes as it goes.
Jump on for the green
Okay.
skins.
The clothing that you have keeps most of it out, but even with that, it still feels like it's seeping in. I mean, it doesn't prevent everything. What would you guys like to do?
Get to the Wolfkin first. Make sure we're all together.
Pull everybody together.
You guys, you're all gathered around. You can see each other. Yeah, you're there.
No, I'm
He
built my
passed.
tent.
Oh, you passed?
Yeah.
Okay. There's one tent that's apparently pitched, and the halfling has disappeared into it.
With the goat.
Okay, with the somewhere in the fog you can hear a.
So bad.
So many.
That's like, yeah.
We all need to huddle
Put the
together.
thermal cameras away.
We all
No,
need
that's
to-
why I took the goat has the least chance of surviving
Right.
out of all of us. That's
We
why I
need
pulled
fire.
it into the tent.
No, we won't be able to put fire up in this.
Yeah.
We need to huddle together.
What?
My mind's telling me.
We push on.
Are there any trees nearby?
You can't
No.
find on. Get
So
over
we're
here
in
and
a-
huddle.
we're in a open.
It's that
snow-
way.
You're walking up a ridge line into the mountain.
See? It's that way.
I know, north
there a
is that
wall?
way.
Yeah, no, there's no wall.
I agree with him.
No,
We need to
like,
find a cave of some
cliff.
sort. Wall.
Do you see
No,
a cave?
you are on a ridge line of a mountain climbing through the snow towards the peaks when the storm hits.
We need to wait for it to pass.
I didn't roll a survival check that would allow me to make the intelligent choice.
Right.
Can I
Snuggle
make an
up,
outdoor survival
Buttercup.
check?
Wolfkin is standing there facing the storm saying, "We got to keep going."
Can I make an outdoor survival check?
Sure.
For what?
Fail.
Yep.
Don't matter.
I was going to say, you have to make a decision anyway first.
Yeah.
What is your decision first?
So what do you guys want to do? Currently, you're standing in the freezing rain.
Is there any way I can start building the other tent?
You can try.
I'm gonna try.
I start forcing my way. I'll push through. Follow.
You're gonna start forcing your way up the mountain. Okay. Halfling emerges
I'm
and
this
grabs.
tall.
And he's in the tent. He's like, wait.
He's leaving a trail where you can follow.
Right.
That's
Oh,
gonna
that's
be
a fair
gone.
point. It is. All right, so
We can find his body later.
Yeah.
He's
Should say, I wish I could use that knowledge
Frodo.
and be like, here's what I do.
no, I failed that one.
Yeah, you're not able to get another tent up. There is a tent that's set up. The goat's inside bleeding and saying, "This is bad. So bad. So bad. So bad."
The halfling feels the tent pole and he's like, I can make it down safely.
Yes. Meanwhile, you see him. You see him heading up the mountain, disappearing into the
Halfling
fog
glider.
cloud.
I lean into your tent and I'm like, hey,
I'll follow.
they're all
Yeah.
leaving.
He's a professional.
You're going with the Wolfkin.
They're leaving.
Okay.
I can't survive in this.
You
I'm
can.
so
you can. I
sorry.
got you.
I can't just leave this tent.
I'll pull it up.
These two right now.
The three
So-
holy men go up the mountain.
Okay, so the three of you are going to
These
crowd
guys.
it down.
No, I just
I'm
leaned,
with you guys right now. I'm not going with these holy people.
I just leaned in and said, they're all leaving. We've got to go.
Anybody
And he
could
goes, I'm
actually
not.
see my. If they knew, I mean, if we all can see what I rolled, but
And he said, I'm not leaving the tent. He goes, I can't leave the tent. And I said,
I hate to
okay.
break it to you
And I,
guys. I don't think we're the three wise men.
Andy student.
so,
I'm following you guys.
so I tell him he's got to get ready. He's like, he can't survive. I say, you got to go. They're leaving. He says, I can't leave the tent. So I pull the tent up.
Okay, you unstake the
And-
tent.
Yep. And
Okay, tent
I-
collapses almost instantly.
I usher him in front of me so I know he's safe and he's not getting put
Okay.
away. Him
I-
and the goat.
Okay.
I get in front of him with Andy behind him
We're
to
all
block some of the wind from the halfling.
TPK.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to be in front of the
All
halfling.
because of the
Halfling is
bullshit.
going to be between me and Andy to
Sure.
hopefully help block the wind from the halfling.
Sure, you guys somewhat shelter the halfling, who's already depressed because of the loss of the dog. Now he's lost his tent.
No, I've got it. It's just
Sure.
I'm fighting my way through a fucking blizzard on a mountain
Yes.
when I'd rather just be in a nice warm inn drinking my
Just-
sorrows away.
just get inside my coat.
This dagger is feeling very comfortable in my hand.
Get in my coat, little one.
Okay.
I have a
I'll be
cloak
keeping
actually.
an eye out for any like
Got a
nooks and
whole
crannies
coat.
that we can
That's
hide
true.
in.
You know what? All he would do
Okay.
is just slow me down one step.
Yeah.
All right, we got the halfling.
I'm
Okay.
moving that too, so
Yeah, me too.
I know
That's all we
everybody.
do.
Everybody's
Yeah,
wearing the heavy winter clothing, correct?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody intentionally left it behind.
No,
Okay.
your
So,
total's probably not.
Everybody
10, right?
give me a a difficult endurance test.
Oh God.
So -10.
-10. And that includes already the winter clothing.
Don't get your cold exposure.
Oh, yay.
This is
Wait,
versus
wait,
the cold and weather.
It's not an endurance test or
We-
is
Is
it
that this? Oh wait, no, you're a Wolfkin. You have special stuff. for
No,
that.
it's about being a Middenheimer or something like that.
Now I have it.
Wait, if you are successful by the time
It's a talent we have.
by the time the wolfkin finds a shelter area in the rocks and everything, you're fine. You're wet. You're cold. You're uncomfortable, but you haven't suffered any ill effect.
have any points?
Anybody who fails
So Ozzy.
takes 5 wounds, not counting toughness or armor, from frostbite and cold, and 1 level of fatigue before you get
Did you fail?
shelter.
You did fail.
Ozzy
I
failed
rolled like
and
a
half
90,
of
so
guys.
which one is the
90.
fatigue? This one, right?
I don't need. Oh, there he is. I got a 5. You got a 5. Look at you.
yeah.
I
My
barely
own-
succeeded.
You and I are
You
just
said
like,
5
this
wounds
is
before
great.
toughness reduces it?
Yeah, without no,
Okay.
just
That's
straight
how I
5
was
wounds.
climbing up the mountain too. I
And
had such a high bonus and everything.
Okay.
And
You nearly
I
killed
didn't
him.
fail either, not once.
Yeah.
That's not. I'm fine. I'm like, woo. Brisk walk, fellas.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys go. Walk.
Yeah.
Oh, you all right?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna point out the 3 holding
I
men.
think I hate your character even more now.
Well, it's because we walked faster before the storm
I
actually
think I
hit.
hate this character more
Okay,
than Elf.
give me a what did we say? What it was to pitch the tent? A
Dexterity.
Give me a dexterity roll, Andy.
One.
With my fatigue.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Did I
So-
seriously pass?
Yeah,
You did pass.
Okay.
Amongst the tents, we were able to save 2 out of the 3 of them.
Okay.
Enough parts to make up 2 out of the 3.
Okay.
Okay.
There were 3 people that tried to pitch a tent.
1 did, and 2 other tents were attempted.
I tried to assist people. That was
I
my
didn't
role.
realize.
wasn't
Yeah, I
did
assisted.
that.
So I rolled with a -4.
Okay.
I don't have a tent on me.
That's
so
fine.
Me neither.
I
We're
didn't- I
like
wasn't-
an hour into this journey.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. The storm
I thought
lasts
we all
a few
had
hours,
tents.
and then just
I
as
don't
suddenly
have
as it
encumbrance.
came, it disappears and leaves, leaving nothing but a twilight of evening and fresh snow. The trail down the mountain is all but covered at this point.
There we go.
Well, if it's nighttime already, is it best to
Just camp out here.
Camp out here and
Yeah.
Okay.
recover as we can.
I found
they say
a
how many
suitable
days?
place to stop.
You found a leeway behind rocks and everything. You have a little bit of shelter.
That's good.
If it's currently calm, should
I
we
will,
go now?
Did you bring your
And then
pick?
camp when it's
No.
terrible.
Wait.
Wait.
What?
That's actually not
So-
a bad idea.
I'm okay with that as long as we're keeping track of where there's other leads as we go up, because we need to have if something comes in as fast as this did, especially in the dark, we're not going to see the stuff that we're.
Yeah, that's good.
Who's got light?
Yeah, I'd rather
That's
stay
right.
here at night.
If I get caught out in the snow like that again, I'm gonna die.
We're gonna stay here to get these guys warmed up. Look at them. They look like they're both frozen to death.
Your finger froze off.
Look, he's got blood coming from his fingertips from like cracking and stuff.
That's somebody else's blood. It's fine.
That's his.
Yeah,
Amazing.
We're not
it was on the tents.
Damn,
No, that's the
people
flatulence.
look good.
That's the flatulence. He's been bleeding all day.
Now this would be
That's how we're able to
Sometimes
get
the
it's
snow
the,
makes
it's
it
the trail of red
Ozzy.
snow.
Now,
Yeah,
if
they're-
you got these two figures frozen off, that'd be awesome.
That's what would just draw the attention.
Absolutely, too. But
All right, so look, I say we go ahead and we'll set up a camp, try to get something warm going.
Okay.
With what? We don't have any wood.
Well, didn't want to say that, but
That's
you
why,
mattered us
that's
this
why
time.
you cuddle.
Got matches.
We have tinder and matches,
I do have
Well
a different box.
prepared.
but I didn't think about the
That's
idea that none of us
Tinder.
probably packed firewood.
I know it is.
But firewood's extremely heavy and
Yeah, it is.
encumbering.
It's alright, I got a bedroll. A nice one.
So you
Either
guys
way.
can fairly easily pitch tents at this point with the weather
I got one,
semi-calm. Set that up. Who wants to search for some firewood or something to burn?
Wait.
There is dead trees, scrubs here and there, so you guys can find some basic fuels if people want to head out and look for the stuff.
I will head out and look. However, I don't want to pitch tents. I want to make something that will block in heat under whatever we found of a. Like, I'm assuming it's just a rock face with like snow, but the snow under a heavy wind should have made it a natural enclosure.
What's your outdoor survival skill?
I have 11 ranks, or I've bought 11 upgrades.
Well, what's your
11
total skill?
30 something.
Your guy
stupid.
wouldn't know how to do that.
Yes, he would.
He's
wouldn't
heard
know.
of snow.
I have a 40.
Whatever, dude.
he's a professional
I'm pretty
trained.
sure you're
He just can't do it.
bad.
I have 11 upgrades.
I'm pretty
to
sure your
He
base
knows
is
what
higher
he's
than
doing.
mine.
He knows what he needs to do.
Yeah,
just
I'm
not
fully
how to do
full.
it.
All those Wolfkin
I'm
elders
54.
knew how
Yeah,
to do
because your
this.
intelligence is
Your-
crazy.
Yeah, you are better at. I would be like, listen, I've heard of people doing X, Y, and Z. You're like, no. Do it this way.
You're right. I am better at you. That's why I wanted to pitch a fucking tent and ride out the storm.
Well, that was stupid. Look
I'm
where we
not
are now.
here.
It's warmer. It's
I-
easier
I
to
will-
defend.
Dad, here, I will
I mean, you are a
Bad.
professional.
I will assist you with trying to find something to
You
start
are
a fire.
30 minutes further up the
I'm gonna
mountain.
sit here in the leeway.
Okay. Who wants to help me try and find
I'm no
stuff for
shit gonna
fire?
cuddle with the goat and
Okay.
just chill.
You will, okay. So
I've pissed off
Isn't it
the
milk?
healer.
I'll take the assistance
Is it milkshake at that point?
since the halfling's not doing
So
anything.
We're gonna try to find wood.
Yeah.
So you're going to head out and try to find wood?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Wait a minute.
is that each of us all, or one of us all with the sisters
You guys going together or
There's only a
separated?
bull in the field.
together?
I will not be near him.
Separated.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have any black powder. Wait, no, that's a lie.
Okay,
Stand.
so you guys separated, at which point you give me 2 different rolls. And what were you said you were doing?
Outdoor
I'm
survival.
searching the sky for the twin-tailed comet. See if it's out.
Okay.
Well, of course.
He goes by.
Ow, my eardrum.
He jumps off the
In
cliff.
the distance, you hear a low rumble.
Ow,
He's,
my
he
eardrum.
pulls
I
the
hope
he
you
pulls
fucking
the
die.
one tree that starts the full mountain to drop.
I am never doing outdoor survival again.
I
Okay.
love this game,
So, anyways,
but ow,
Yeah.
my eardrum.
Sorry.
so you managed to find a little bit of firewood, enough to have a low fire going for the night.
Okay,
Okay.
Sometimes.
do I even know where he went?
He wanders out there. Eventually comes back empty-handed without being able to find anything.
That's for you finally join us.
So, on a serious note, we got like an hour or two this way. Do we think the goblins are better?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
I brush off the snow. I fell down a cliff.
I mean, you see, the professionals have issues.
I laugh at game also.
It was a hidden cliff.
I don't disagree. I mean, if you fell for it, I mean, we're all just going to die from it.
Fell for it.
I'm all for killing goblins.
We're all going downhill right now.
Outside of character, I feel like the GM is like, don't go this way, go that way.
He's very much that way.
Just laying out the weather.
I'm just gonna point out, he said, massive storms, wyverns, and trolls, and we went that way.
Well, right? Why wouldn't we?
I mean, there will still be storms
We
going
have
the other
fought-
way.
I
You're
have-
just not going to be on the
addressed
top of the
I
mountain.
addressed the significant advantages of going this way about the trolls and wyverns. They're not pack animals.
They're
Goblins
not.
are.
Goblins are pack animals, yes.
We've only ever fought trolls in packs.
Of 2 or 3, not 20 and 30.
Yeah, it takes 30 hits to kill a troll. It takes 1 hit to kill a goblin.
Yes, but there are
Except they
30
get
goblins.
20 or 30 hits back at you instead of 1.
And then fancy goblins.
I mean, he has a point with that.
Yes.
I think we give it another day. We'll be fine tomorrow. As I'm pulling the name
Fast
out
forward-
of my actual
Fast
phone,
forward
like-
to a day. Oswald's looking for.
Don't need that.
Yeah, didn't need that anyway.
Yeah,
That nail's frozen.
right.
Ew.
I want the fresh ones.
I'm
Hey.
chewing now.
Ew.
I think they both need our expertise.
I mean, this is his
Make
realm.
your
in
own cat
healing
bite?
them.
This is his realm.
What?
He should be fine.
Ozzy.
I am
Okay.
fine.
Your own cat
So, given that you have fire and you have shelter,
There's no dog.
overnight you will heal naturally. If you
Okay.
want to do additional medicine, you can. If you trust either your skills or the Wolfkin's.
I don't have
He has
heal
proven
skills.
his expertise thus far.
We have 2 healers. The 2 of us together.
I'm gonna try to heal. Who you're injured, right? I'm gonna try to heal him.
Okay. Now you suffer whatever penalty you currently have.
I'm still probably better than
Yeah.
everybody else.
Can we assist?
I don't care if you
Like
guys
he
want
would
to.
take our assist. Well, my assistance.
You're
Do you have heal
professional.
skill? All right.
I'm as much of a professional as you are.
You got 10 or 15 ranks in it? All right.
So are the goblins.
All right, you heal 6.
Okay. Does that affect the fatigue at all?
You will recover the fatigue overnight. But that you can't heal that just but
Nice.
This
You
is
and I have the same skill.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. So by
37.
morning, you guys are feeling much better.
37.
You've warmed up. Your clothes are still icy and crusty, but at least you're comfortable again. And most of the clothes are being sufficient as far as it's keeping the moisture and everything outside. Just putting more and more ice and snow as insulation. Okay.
So from in the future, he was right. If the storm's coming fast, we're not putting up a tent. Even though you did a great job, we gotta get somewhere that's safe. The tents are gonna be for when we call it for the day.
Is the animal still fine?
Yeah, he's fine.
It's easier to carry when it's frozen and its legs don't move.
That's right. Does that every few minutes.
That's right.
It's glitching.
All right.
Glitching
Those
goat.
all goats in the world are those that panic and
Yes,
and-
every one of them. Oh, you ever seen a Damascus?
It was quite helpful in Darwin's
But
theory.
this is ones that look evil and ugly as fuck. Yeah.
If we end up going through the night, I have a storm lantern.
Okay.
They're like,
Oh yeah. They look like something out of Star Wars, dude.
yeah, it's a Damascus goat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what we've got.
Yeah, they're like one of the ugliest animals
Yeah.
on the planet.
Yeah, what the heck?
Well, it's not very nice.
His feelings are hurt now.
Sad.
Sad.
I know. The goat says, sad, sad.
It jumps off the cliff. It just goes right off the cliff. It's,
All right, so are we moving on?
yep.
I hear a lot of dissension in the ranks.
Oh
I
no!
think,
straight up this mountain.
I'm perfectly
Alright.
fine continuing
We're just
on.
going.
so you admit.
They're doubting.
I'm gonna hack trolls to pieces. I'm not
Okay.
gonna pass out this time.
So you guys push on further into the mountains.
May I suggest, since we're in the mountains, conditions are slippery, there's storms. Tie a rope around each one of us.
I have a lot of rope.
So if one goes off, we all
I know.
go off.
One goes off, the rest can potentially save that person from
Like the halfling.
certain death.
Like I get it with you. That's fine. The wind will knock you off, and I'm fine with tying you to me. But
Did you not see the storm last night? It'll kill all of us.
The whole time he's talking, I'm looking at him like, I don't want him tied to me. If he falls.
like the wind ain't taking me nowhere. I'm like clank.
Yeah, but I'm looking at your
He's
steel.
the anchor.
My arm.
Circling back to earlier conversation, this would have been a place for him to tie his heavy crossbow to himself.
I'm sure it'd be perfect.
Oh gosh, yes, that's what takes him out. The heavy crossbow slides off the end.
No,
I'm
he
sure it'd
gets
be
blown
perfectly
off, he
fine.
drops his heavy crossbow.
Yep.
Now he's anchored.
When
So,
the morning comes around, I'll wake up early and.
Okay.
I'm sure it'll be perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
you guys wake up to the sounds of the flagellant hurting himself.
sounds
Keep it down over there.
Yeah.
He's outside
Come on.
looking into the sunlight, cutting himself on the
You're not supposed to do that unless you're at an inn.
That's the weirdest of
Brothels and stuff. Oh, wait. Oh,
Better than chicken.
it's even worse.
At first, I thought you were part of it.
No.
I mean, do you want to tie yourself off to me? I'm fine with that.
I'll join in that if you want.
I think it's a good idea.
He'll join in the bondage.
I mean, it's not like.
No.
That's exactly what it is.
I hate you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure
How
there's
many
a place
yards
on
of-
my
How many
armor
yards
to
of rope would it take?
attach the halfling
I
Two
don't
and-
think I want to be.
Yeah, you could tie a rope around yourself and the
There you go.
halfling. Just
Okay.
define how much distance
So
you have.
me. So
Are
10
you gonna
feet
tie
between
yourself
each?
off to these?
do you want? Do you
Oh,
want
you
me?
want to tie everybody
Yeah, I was gonna
together.
let them forget.
Oh, I was just tying you to me.
Do you
I
want?
mean,
do
I'm
you
fine
want
with
me?
that too.
So be
but
quiet and on the
Do you want to be in the front?
the problem
or
is,
behind
if
half?
you go off, I can't save you. If we're all tied together and you go off, we
Everybody
can,
goes.
No, we can save you.
He's got like
I
over
won't go
20
over and
bulk.
pick him up.
on him.
What?
Yeah, you don't.
He's got over. He has. He has.
Try. How much? He weighs 8 plus whatever his gear is.
22 bulk.
I'm not.
So he's 30
Counting
bulk.
the 8.
So 30.
You lift
Yeah.
him.
All right,
I'm not getting tied.
I can hold him.
So do you want me in the front or the back? Like in front of the halfling or behind the halfling?
I'm fairly
It
confident.
doesn't matter. I just was going to tie him to me, but if
I'm the strongest.
is everybody good with tying each other together?
I don't know.
No,
if he's
I'm not being
any-
tied to you guys.
So
Okay.
how much yard?
Wait,
How many yards?
that's a good point.
I
If
have-
we slide and he drops that, and he's holding onto that rock,
What
just
rock?
tie us off to your rock and drop it. We couldn't lift. Could you lift it?
No, which means it's
Just drop the rock. It'll hold us.
we have
hold
faith
him.
in your rock.
When do you have faith in Sigmar?
I don't at all. But look, he tried to lift it. Tie him off to your rock. Your faith will save it.
And then
You
it
know
goes
what would
over
be
the cliff
funny
and
as
kills
shit?
you all.
Let's say that happens, right? Let's say we're all tied together after what you just said. He's like, oh shit, we're all slipping. He drops it. Save me, Sigmar. It stops. We all fall off. Kunk, kunk, kunk. Some reason your knot comes loose. Kunk, kunk, kunk. That's weird. Why did he fall off?
Because he has a quick release knot on him.
All I'm saying is that your faith
This is
could
little
save
thing
these
called a
three
dagger.
individuals.
Yeah, I might be able to carry it, and my faith and your lack of faith might be able to save you. But what happens if I go over the cliff as well?
I'll pray to Ulrich for you.
On the way
You'd be
down.
one hell of a meteorite.
On the way
Hey,
down.
he falls onto the goblin
I
camp.
will not tie myself off to you or your rock.
Exactly.
I promise you that. But
Exactly.
these three could.
Not you.
No. no.
Either way,
You're
I'm,
not even allowed.
Look, Ben, are you okay with being tied off to the rest of us?
yes, I was.
What about you?
I just want to know how much rope they'll
What?
take for.
Are you going to tie off with us?
It's 5 feet plus
Oh,
whatever the
I
distance
guess
in
what are
between
you
it
guys
will be.
tying you like to the rock?
No, we're all tying each other around the waist to make sure that if one of us slips and just starts to fall.
I have 20 yards.
Okay, you're on your own there, homeboy. So the rest of us are all tied together.
Anybody
Are
with
you
some
tying with them?
anybody with some survival skills understands the general concept when you're mountain climbing or climbing a cliff or whatever. You tie everybody together so that hopefully somebody can anchor you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Matt knows as a player.
I know
It's
Matt.
just
As long as he's not part of it, then I'll go ahead and tie off.
Try to pick me up.
Nope.
What I'm saying is there is logic to the strategy.
he missed that.
So-
Should have walked up to his balls.
But yes, absolutely, there's a risk of everybody's tied off. Everybody goes.
Our own link.
Try to
Yep.
pick me up.
No, I mean,
I don't want to pick
No,
you
it's
up.
okay.
I just want to pick
because if
yourself
I
up.
go, you're going with me. I'm not alright with that.
Okay, no matter what happens, no matter what happens, I'm tying us three together with 2 squares in between us. 2 like good squares.
Okay.
So 10 extra. So 50, every 15 feet, you're going to tie people off.
Does that
Yes.
be 10 feet?
That sounds good.
Plus 5 around your
Plus
waist.
5 feet for you. So every 15 foot is going to be a person.
So, is it okay if I'm on
How
one
much
of the
would that
ends?
be?
5 yards a person.
Yeah.
You need to
5
figure out
yards.
the order of everybody tied.
Yeah, I prefer to be on one of the
I
ends.
have 5 yards left.
So I'll be in the front.
Okay.
And you just disappear.
So who wants to be next?
You're gonna trailblaze?
So I have 5 yards
Yep,
left.
I'm going to
Do you want
stomp
me
forward. You can, and you're. I mean, you can be in front of me. You're not tied
Yeah,
to
I'll be in
us.
front of you.
So
Well, I'm gonna tie off with you guys. If he's
Okay,
not, if
so
he's
us
not
four
gonna be
then.
part of it,
Us 4 then. Because I don't have enough rope for 4 people.
we've got a. He's got more rope.
if he's not part of it, then I'll tie off with the rest of us.
Okay, I'm good for that.
I feel like he's gonna drag us down.
Is he? Are you were you
Yeah.
planning on tying off with us?
No.
Oh, you weren't. Okay.
Wait.
Well,
Good.
The weights of your sins and your faithlessness.
Oh, I've got no
will-
sins.
Will hold me down.
okay,
I
no
agree.
sense.
I
You may
agree.
not- You may not, but there's a certain member of your group that would.
Dude, you got to stop sinning.
Because I feel holy people. all you
I
holy
have
people.
no idea.
All you holy people that say preaching and all that
Do you gotta make that blood
When was
water
the
in
last
the
time
morning?
I preached anything?
Sean,
Nice.
You did pray right
Moving-
before leaving town.
moving
Yeah.
forward,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep, and I don't know how you're going to have this affect me in combat, because I think if we're going to fights, this is going to be bad.
Yes, it will be.
I really don't want to be tied off. I'm not going to be tied off, but I want to hold I'll be at the beginning of the group. And I'm going to have the grappling hook end of my rope
Okay.
going back to whoever's behind me.
So whoever's behind you has the grappling hook.
Has the rope I have the grappling hook
Okay.
with I'll say 10 feet of the rope with me. But it's not
the same
tying
spacing, but you're holding on to it with a strong grip.
Yes, rather than tying it
wrapped
off.
around your
You can,
hands or
you
whatever.
can like cut the rope off.
Okay.
I don't want it tied off.
No.
Because if I need to
That-
get
that
loose in
one-
a
the
fight
rope's
to
meant to
fight
be
something
strong.
effectively, I want to be able to do it.
Right. I mean,
You have to
obviously,
cut
you
through
might not
something.
be able to
It's not
hold
just
on if
slice
you
it
fall or something like that, but
Could I?
you have
But
a
I
chance.
might be able to get the grappling hook in to save them. I may go.
Well, right. From a climbing standpoint, realistically, that's what happened.
Right.
If somebody falls, your grip is not going to hold on.
Right.
It's a matter of you see them fall and you wrap it around a rock real quick.
Right.
And hope that holds.
I'm going to slam the grappling hook in as best I
Yep.
can.
Can I attempt to make a knot so it's easier for him to undo it if he needs to get ahead?
In
Not when it's
theory,
wrapped.
yes. However, that also risks the chance of it coming loose if
Yeah.
it becomes critical.
If I see you guys sliding off, I might be the type of person.
if we had
No,
time-
it
may
may
just
come
naturally-
loose just on its own.
Right.
Okay, and you won't know that until such a situation
Right.
happens.
If we had the time,
If that's
money,
what you're
and
doing.
means, what we should have done is had climbing harnesses, and then we would have tied our ropes where we were hooked in, like literally latched in, where we would unlatch ourselves
Just
from
cut
the
the
rope.
rope
You're gonna
Yeah.
cut the rope?
when it comes to time.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to cut through something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, George is like, how many rounds? 1, 2, 3, 4.
How long's the rope? How fast does things fall?
Yeah.
I think I have enough
Oh, wait.
time.
Oh, I don't even need that.
He's doing like gravity time.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in the lead.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
gonna blaze
next.
the trail, just holding a rope, and you're
Halfway
gonna tie it.
And I explained to you
Okay.
about, I've got the grappling hook.
Yep.
I go down or anything else happens, you need to be able to pull the grappling hook in to
I'm
use
next to
it.
you as well.
Okay, so you're next behind me.
And your rope is tied to Andy.
Side by side.
Okay.
Is it wide enough for two of us to walk side by side?
It's a mountain, so yes.
I meant like
Right,
any type of trail. That's what I was getting
You're
at.
not really
Right.
following a trail.
Okay.
You're walking
Right.
through knee-deep snow.
Gotcha.
Why don't we do?
So yes, you absolutely most of the time could travel
Yeah.
2, 3 apart. It's far easier and less taxing and
To go
fatiguing to
single
go single
file.
file.
Gotcha.
Okay, and with you or Matt in the lead, clearing a trail, the rest of you, the weaker ones, have a much easier journey through it. You guys are traveling faster.
Gotcha.
If you go 2 or 3 abreast, then you can do it.
Right. It's just more taxing on us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is that aggressive?
So yeah.
Why don't we do? Whoever was first, whoever that was.
I mean, naturally, you just sort of
It's not
form into a single
halfling,
line.
then William,
3D printed.
then me. So the halfling's in the middle, so something doesn't come behind us.
It's
It's just a
more
back
the
action.
halfling needs everything packed down in front of him.
Yeah, because
that's
the warband
more-
will
Yeah,
get
but
down.
with me
more
and
issue.
him,
He can run and go anywhere he needs to go. Stand behind people if necessary. I think if there's anything.
Okay, then
you
I
can-
guess
stuff to get
you
on
three,
the
and then the halfling, then me.
Okay.
I
Okay,
can
so Matt's
counter
taking the
lead.
action with more mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you continue further into the mountain. Okay. By the end of the 3rd day, you guys have gone quite a bit higher into the mountain. The weather stays relatively calm on day 3. Nothing but clouds below you, covering most of the mountain peaks in the distance. You can see way off, like leagues, you can see the edges of the mountain ranges. Okay, obviously no direct path there. No sense of where the brass keep is compared to your current position, because although you've been generally going southeast, based on the ridge line and everything, that's been taking you lots of different directions. Okay. That night, or by the time you reach the evening, the mountain peak or ridge line that you've been following changes and shifts into even taller peaks along the way, and the path becomes more of narrow ridges along the side of the mountain, with a drop off on either side or on one side, and cliff face on the other side.
Very Hobbit style.
Sure. There aren't any hobbits here, but yes, same idea.
Dwarf.
Okay. The snow is still plenty thick. There's ice piled up on all the sides and everything else. And
Oh, no.
here and there, you see what looks like steady streams of melted water running down the cliff faces.
Serious?
Must be near one of those mountains that spew fire.
Okay.
I'll taste the water.
It's brackish, but not terrible.
Warskin are probably frozen at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're walking through rivers or anything like that. They're just like trickles of water here and there coming from the mountain.
I just didn't know if it would be refillable for our canteens. And
Yeah, you can get some water from
Because
it. It doesn't taste the best, but it's drinkable.
Because I'm fairly certain by the time day 1 is done, our water skins are frozen.
Okay.
Now they're touching body.
Yeah, they're touching the body. They're probably fine.
Water skin's always underneath the button. Sorry.
Matt, give me a perception check.
I don't know why
Fantastic. Vision or
Vision average.
So you did say we
At
could
least it's
see
average.
the mountain ranges around us
we need
above the
somebody
cloud
that
line.
has perception.
Yes.
And they
You can
told
see the
me
peaks.
that the
I have decent
Um,
perception.
You're the
the
expert.
dwarf, the
Mountaineer?
Karat was
We should be
on the
fine.
top of a
Yes, you have no sign.
nothing we could see even in the distance. Okay,
Save my life.
Nothing that you can see
Yeah.
as far as that.
okay.
Okay. Andy, give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Andy has damn good perception. Although, are you taking
I'm
your
also
penalties
like
for the
that.
helmet?
I was, yeah, and it's still
We
there.
walk inside
It automatically takes the 20 off
It takes you to-
automatically.
You use a bigger helmet than you.
Yeah, but how did it
We're
look
not
up here? He made a perception test. He had a 70-something perception.
Well, I'd had my helmet open. We had the chance when we started that last test. It was I didn't have a negative because of that. Here, I'm wearing the helmet as I'm moving.
Challenger average.
I don't want to have to try to put it on before battle.
There we go.
You see up ahead at the bend where he's just about to head out. The sun is fairly bright there, and up about shoulder height on one of the rocks looks like some sort of reptile.
Stop. Stop.
Does he yell it?
No,
Do I hear him?
In the name of
I don't know. Give me another perception check.
Warhammer time.
So say I'm like, a ways in front of you.
10 feet.
At least it's hearing.
20 feet.
Is it going to be challenging?
Yeah.
Oh, you heard something.
Okay. Yeah. You hear him call something out and feel a slight tug on the rope. You pause to look back, and 3-4 feet in front of you, you see what looks like a snake coiled up and reared back, just about to strike at you.
Put my shield up in front of it, like, whoa.
Okay.
Sean.
Okay.
Snake.
Food!
No.
I yell.
Yeah, fair.
So are they venomous or poisonous?
I've eaten rattlesnake.
Hopefully it's dead. No, we got a night's rest, right?
I have
So I'm
no
longer
desire to
fatigued.
make myself
Right.
open to it, so I am not fighting it. I'm just
Put your
keeping
shield up and back away.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even really need to back away. I just let it continue to
How
pound.
far away am I?
10, 20, 30,
Well,
40. He was
yeah,
fourth
10.
in line.
10, 20, 30.
Halfling
He's
was in
last.
front. Halfling is not last.
So
I was
40 feet.
second to last. You're first, right?
I'm first.
Oh, you're first. Who's second?
Second.
And then
I'm
him.
fourth? Okay.
And then
I'm
you, then me, then George.
Whatever. Okay, so
I think.
We're single file right now because we're on a narrow ledge.
Oh, remember.
Yeah.
I'll just take the challenge.
But he's not tied up.
Right.
So he's walking right next to Andy.
I'll just take my roll and then
Yeah,
you can
it's fine.
figure out whatever.
Doesn't matter.
That's unfortunate.
Okay.
Clank. Hits me in the back of the head.
You stumble badly on the ice, momentarily catching yourself. You fling a rock towards it. It hits hits the side of the cliff and everything. The snake reacts almost instinctively, looking at the noise, and then quickly coils up and then slithers off up the mountain.
Okay.
Clever.
Look for snakes.
You gotta be more careful, man.
What? I didn't want to fall.
I mean, I can help you with
As
bleeding.
the elf climbs back up
I
onto
can help
the
you
shelf.
with poison.
Yeah.
I can help you with poison. You just
You're
missed
just
life.
rappelling back up the mountain.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
look.
nobody else noticed because you were tied up.
Exactly.
Slight tug on the rope.
Using a grappling.
Just wait.
If I
Oh,
were
we
to
have the
use
halfling
crawling,
one.
can I use a grappling hook
Oh.
for crawling?
As
Or
soon as
is
everybody
it
starts
an
walking, I'll just get
improvised
drugged back up.
That would be an improvised weapon. What are you trying to
No,
do?
I stop.
Nothing. I just
He keeps
In
going.
case you need to hit it.
Yeah.
or something?
Well, I guess I need to fight something, and it's like this snake where it's like ah.
That would be an improvised weapon.
That sucks. All right. So I'm gonna look around.
Okay.
Are there any more?
None that you see.
Awesome.
Got any clue what it was?
Probably
Yep.
one of those
It's a
wide mouth
snow vipers.
snow viper. Yeah.
They're Vindo vipers.
I move forward cautiously, looking for anything else that
Was
might.
that like a window wiper?
It's a. Are you afraid of there are like scary stories to tell in the dark?
Huh?
One of the ones I remember from my childhood. It's exactly everyone's all scared of the Vindo viper because they think it's some kind of snake. Turns out it's just some dude cleaning the windows at the school. He's like, I'm the Vindo viper. Anyway, it's the dumbest thing ever, but it's been stuck in my mind since I was 8.
Okay.
So
That's amazing.
Yeah, I've only got 2 brain cells, and they hit each other every
One of
once
them's
in a
been
while.
stuck.
Right. One's a Vindo viper.
You don't want to know what's stuck in the other
Vindo
brain
viper.
cell.
So, can I
Very
have
German.
my heavy crossbow loaded for most of the day?
No.
Not-
Well, you can, but it will lose effectiveness if you leave it loaded like
Never
that.
mind.
Because the tension on it will damage the cord on it.
Very specific.
Okay,
Not
then-
supposed to do.
For ahead, if we ever know a combat coming ahead of us beforehand, I load my crossbow.
Sounds great. Let me know at the time. When you know there's combat coming up, just let me know. You load your crossbow.
Like when he says,
I mean, if I tell you up ahead in the valley you see a dragon, and the group decides, okay, we're going to approach the dragon. Obviously, I'm going to assume you loaded your crossbow.
Okay, because you haven't done that previously.
Okay, I'm fine with that as far as a statement. But if I say, okay, you come around the bend and there's a troll, you can't say, but my crossbow's loaded.
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, that's all I'm trying to say.
Put my default on loot.
If there's ever
Loot the
loot,
dragon.
if there's ever loot, I pick it up.
There we go.
my default is to be dumb.
Okay.
What's our average intelligence? Removing him, I think the average intelligence of the character in the group is probably like 30.
34.
You guys continue on. Every so
less than
often,
30.
27.
If
there
you
is
exclude him, it's less
the
than 30.
occasional pebble or rock that you hear tumbling from above that lands on the path or bounces off the path, etc.
Hey, that was your bullet.
And you can see above you there's quite a strong layer of snow and other debris built up
Like
along the thing.
ledge.
Yeah,
Oh
in
my
some
God.
cases like stretching out and so forth based on where the snow and ice
guns.
is built up.
I
Okay.
I will keep my weapon put away.
Okay.
If we all notice this, to keep my weapon.
Some of you noticed it
Okay.
and pointed out to others, I'm going to assume.
I take my shield off.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm going to need
The
a free
Wolfkin
hand.
yells it out to everybody.
No. I do tell you.
Yeah.
Actually, I say no guns. And if you can't hear me, I say pass it back. That fool better not shoot anything.
Said,
More
more guns.
Bombs are okay, no guns.
It's your
The,
turn, Dad.
So I put away my weapon,
Okay, you don't
and
tell me.
two-hand my shield in case I need to move it above me
Okay.
to try to keep myself from being
Buried
chopped
alive.
off.
Okay.
I do the opposite. I'm like, I think I might need to hold on to something.
Me.
You got that grappling hook in your hand.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm like,
He just hooks it into me.
That's secure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like right into your like upper breastplate. Like
I can try to hook the grappling hook and then the shield. How are you going to climb? How are you going to catch anything? Nope.
Okay. Late in the evening, you are forced to stop again with the extreme cold. As it's getting darker, unless you're going to burn some fuel, light sources or whatever, you basically can't see. You're walking along a narrow ledge with ice and snow with nothing else. I'm assuming you're going to pitch tents again.
Yeah. Do we see any lights in the distance with it being dark anywhere?
No.
Any light whatsoever?
No, just the
Gotcha.
stars up above.
Okay.
It's very clear as far as the starlight because you're above the predominant cloud cover.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Nice.
not a good thing.
It's very cold.
It's
Yeah.
very cold.
Very thin air too.
Yes.
Do I smell anything on the wind? Do I ever
Sorry.
catch sense of anything on the wind?
Every so often, but nothing distinct or nothing. You smell the occasional strange smell.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that you can pin down or nothing that you specifically recognize.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, there are other smells of things in the mountains, but nothing specific.
Have I been able to isolate the smell of that viper thing that we saw?
Yeah. When you walk past it, you got a fairly strong scent of its musk.
Okay, cool.
So, okay. Yeah, that night, anybody who is human or halfling, I need a.
Who the
First-
fuck is it?
That's why you said it, probably.
Didn't know. Maybe you guys.
Which one of you guys needs to get stabbed?
You see, I've always
If
had
there's any
scars on my
skaven in the
ears.
group,
I'm, like,
let me know
avoiding
now.
Trimming them down at all times.
Okay. Give me a difficult endurance test. But before you do so, anybody who has healing or outdoor survival, give me a roll. Healing is at +20, so average. Outdoor survival is just challenging.
Same result effect.
oh,
It has
there
the same
go.
net effect.
Are you
if
fucking
succeed.
kidding?
You have obviously never dealt.
Oh my god, Dad. My god.
Now, see,
We're
problem-
I hope.
2%. I had a 2% chance of failing that roll.
The problem is you are a
Everybody
halfling.
else is succeeding. Oh my
And as
god.
several other people are realizing, halflings are not good at detecting altitude
Everybody
signals.
else succeeded.
Everybody else apparently recognizes the signs coming on. Okay? Halflings are not
Crap.
used to that high altitude stuff.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We're not
So-
melon halflings.
With that, everybody on your endurance test, instead of a -10, you get a +10 to able to deal with the altitude sickness.
And then, do we still get the resist cold exposure if we've got
That
that?
has nothing to do with cold.
It's just
This is simply due to the thin air.
Ah.
You did
It is treated as a disease if you have disease resistance.
Okay. I would have had extra bonus.
Okay, which is fine. Okay, if you fail, you get a level of fatigue that can't be reduced until you have reduced in altitude, and you have nausea
Take the other check.
that causes a round of point of stun at the start of any excessive or athletic actions. Okay. You can overcome it during the thing, but basically your lungs are filling up with fluid due to the high altitude and the thin air.
What modifiers?
Yeah, I did.
You have a net
99
+10.
versus a 98.
Well, that's
no,
not the heal. You need
Plus
that.
Now you make an endurance check.
Oh, okay.
Right. That's it. Just an,
Okay, then
it's just an endurance check at +10.
I got my 0.
Okay, so then you're suffering from the effects.
And where's the nausea?
Nausea is.
I don't know if there's a disease you can drag and drop it on them.
I can.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey. You
No,
did it.
am I the only one that failed?
That was your plus
Yes, I will.
10
Okay, so
endurance
Ben.
test.
Let me add it
Minus
to you.
10. Minus 10 because you failed the.
There you go. You have altitude sickness now. Should have a condition for it.
It's been made your effects.
Can I treat him for it?
You
No,
did.
it's
That's
not.
why you got a +10 instead of a -10.
No, it's already up there.
Okay.
Because
No,
because you were able to deal with several of the group were able to recognize the signs and everything. You were able to
It's gonna be
somewhat
under
mitigate
your
it.
effects,
You'll
and
still
it's not
suffer
covered
from
with
it, and it
condition.
will
It's gonna
eventually
pop
kill
up
you if you
under
stay
your
too high altitude.
For the endurance test, then what do you gotten the
Disease
+10 rather than
Yes, everybody has a +10.
So he's
I
fine.
exceeded, yeah.
Okay, so the only one that's suffering from it currently is Ben. Okay.
Checks out. I mean, I'm
Your throat
I'm
was already
already one
hurting.
in.
Yeah, you're used to living at the swamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cold swamp, but not this cold.
And like I said, that does not recover until you lower altitude. There's no treatment as such.
By nature,
The
swamps.
best you can do is continuing the medical checks every day. You can get the +10 versus a -10, but over time, eventually, you will succumb to it. It will kill you.
Just gotta crouch.
Yes.
We'll hang
Stay
him
lower-
off the edge.
Stay lower than the
else
halfling.
Those things are in like Scotland and
Oh, the Moors.
Moors.
The Moors.
They can get below freezing.
Yeah.
Oh, they were talking about Nessie.
I'm sorry, you said what?
The Moors are more in, like Asia.
The Moors?
He's talking about a race.
Yeah. Yep.
They were African.
Moors.
Onward. I'll keep watching.
Sure, they were
Anyway.
weren't they? The Moors?
Okay. So you guys, yeah, you're gonna keep watch. You said.
Yeah, I'll keep watch at least for a little bit. Because
Okay.
I mean, we didn't do that the last 2 days.
There's nothing up here. It's sleepy time.
All
Yeah,
the things.
Ben's just coughing. He keeps coughing up fluid and liquids.
What's
If
terrible
the
is I
halfling
actually
isn't
have a
tending
sore
to-
throat.
If the halfling is attending to him, I'll try.
Yeah, like I said, you guys are tending to each other and
Okay.
giving you basic treatment. There's nothing you can do once you succumb to it.
I'm homesick.
Sort of removing the sword,
Ouch.
the source.
Can you take watch as well?
Yep, we need to drain the
Yeah,
liquid from
I'll
the
take watch.
lungs.
That's right. Grab the leeches.
Yep.
Swallow
the
this.
leeches.
Swallow
Yes.
this. It will absorb the liquid.
I'm getting one in my tongue. It's my. I'm so good at healing.
I got leeches on the inside of my lungs.
I got this weird, funny feeling on the inside. I think it's leeching. in my
Okay,
tummy.
so you say you're gonna keep watch. Other
What's your
people, I assume?
butterflies?
I'm not saying
Or you stay, or you the only
It's
one?
I'll take watch.
Okay.
Also.
They've evolved.
Throughout the night, the only thing you hear, other than the howl of the wind, and shortly after midnight, some more rain and snow comes through, putting a fresh layer on everything. You hear in the distance, once or twice, it might be the wind, it might be a wolf howl, or something like that. It's indistinct, and you're not sure, depending on how much you focus on it. Sometimes it sounds like the wind, sometimes it sounds like something else, just in the mountains. Okay, but by morning, nothing seems to have attacked you, and you guys are otherwise fine. Short of his coughing is about the same.
So every morning I'm looking in the distance to see if
See if you have any sign of it.
if we see any sign of the
Okay.
the tower. Yes.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, we're looking for a tower also.
These were
Yes. Yes, we are.
No, what you're
I
not sure what
completely
you're
forgot about that.
4 days into the journey, Ben realizes, wait a minute, we're looking for dwarves.
We're not here for snow cones. That's ridiculous.
No, I thought we were looking for a fort, not a tower.
The mysterious yellow snow. That's why he's
That's
here.
right. We find that every morning.
That's it.
I thought we were looking for a fort,
This is
not a
tangy.
tower.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Okay. You guys going to assume the same order heading forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Follow.
I'm gonna keep an eye out using my Alto skill for animal tracks.
Okay. You guys continue forward. The paths and the trail that you're following through the mountains, other than staying particularly high, the drop off on the side descends past the cloud cover. You're not sure how far down it goes at most places.
Yeah.
Above you, between the snowpack and the mountainside itself, it almost like leans out, so that you're moving through a narrow pathway underneath overhangs. Okay. Again, you're unsure if it's solid rock, ice, snow, etc., but it's been packed up here for ages with the winter. Again, the description was a lot of this area never sees summer. It never thaws. You're at that level of altitude. Throughout the day, all of you pause briefly every time Ben coughs, as bits of snow and some ice trails down from above you, but doesn't seem to activate anything. Eventually, the path starts crisscrossing between nearby cliffs and stretching out over the area. Okay, giving you effectively like a bridge between two cliffs. You're the first one
Yeah, I don't like that shit at all.
heading across.
Does it?
Ooh, there
Does it?
cross my
Can we
bridge.
see any stone in that bridge-like area at all.
No.
All we see is the snow.
All you see is the snow and ice pack.
I don't even pause. I just look back, get the grappling hook ready,
Okay.
and start moving my way
Are we-
across.
Are we all going at the same time? We going one at a time, trying to stretch it out?
How long is how far is the gap?
They vary. Sometimes they're only a few feet. Sometimes they're 10 or 20 feet.
We have enough rope to make it one person at a time.
I
do.
agree.
So let's do that.
Stretch it out.
Stretch it out. So
Okay.
if it collapses, the
It's
rest
one-
of the group can catch that one guy before he eats
Okay.
shit.
That's
Or
a good
just drop
idea.
that guy.
Okay.
That dexterity is not my thing.
Give me a perception check.
I can go first because I have very high dex. I can go first, and I'm the lightest, and I can
Is
anchor.
it hearing?
Yeah, it would probably be an agility unless
Sight.
you're trying to anchor rope.
Yeah, so I'll go across and I'll anchor the rope.
I love Matt's perception
Okay.
checks. He
Also,
laughs
give,
every
also
single
give
time
me
he
a
fails.
+20 outdoor survival for anybody.
I am not my
Wait.
elf. That is
What?
for sure.
Anyone who has it or anyone who has
Anybody
a
who
poison
ha-
in it.
Uh,
Because it's everyone has it.
Everyone has it. Everybody can give a +20 outdoor survival check.
My outdoor survival and my perception
Whoa,
have not
plus
failed
0.
me yet.
You have not worked. You are completely out of your element up
I
here in
am.
the
I don't
snow.
understand this. I
Funny
cannot
thing
make
Aren't
a
you a
roll.
northern?
Yes. I can't make a roll.
He grew up as a kid in the snow and mountains, and he can't for the life of him survive there.
Yeah.
It's sturdier underneath.
Well,
Okay.
I'm
Those who
from the
survive-
lake of North.
Yeah, the threat here is obviously that whatever bridges there are just loose packed snow
Right.
that'll collapse under weight. The typical approach here would be using something solid to probe them first. Now, halflings qualify if you want to do that, but a
Throwing
pole or a spear or something like that would probably be a better bet.
And we got all.
Yeah, this
Or a wolfkin works also.
I'll go across.
I have a 6-foot.
I miss having a spear. Wait, what?
Here, take this. I give you the grappling hook.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'm not afraid. I'll tie it around my waist.
He's afraid of people, not things. Screw this mountain.
Well, the wizard's gone, so now he's like actually brave for
Right.
once.
Right.
He
I
hasn't, been,
just said I didn't get to stab him.
he hasn't been scared in 4 days.
I know.
Yeah. It's very true.
Scariest thing to the halfling was the wizard. Oh,
Okay.
There's one person I harbor vendetta against.
not me.
Correct.
Yeah, with the halfling as the test, you managed to avoid several areas that are collapsible. Either because you start going across and you can feel it giving way beneath you, so you know definitely they're not going to make it, or you start stepping onto it and you take a 10-foot fall into open air before the group catches you.
This just happens a couple times.
Yeah.
Only a couple of times. I mean, despite your lack of fear and your iron will there, I would think probably once or twice is probably about good for you.
There's a
Yeah.
lot more yellow snow in
It's
this.
like bungee jumping.
It's a bit brown snow also.
I love,
No, it's
I love
not.
bungee jumping. That's fun.
Bit red, bit brown, bit yellow.
Oh, dude, I can't do it anymore. I used to do it when I was young.
It's a lot of fun.
I went up on this one time and they had the outline of a guy splattered on the bag, and I was like,
distracted again.
oh.
Okay. That night, everybody give me another +10 endurance.
Is it for your
The altitude.
The altitude sickness again.
Hey, I succeeded by 4.
Okay, so you do not worsen.
You succeeded by 13.
Somebody succeeded by 5.
I just did by 7.
I succeeded by 6.
Well, that was me.
Oh, I
You by
programmed it
7.
into the
Yeah.
box, but I succeeded by 2, Sean, not
Can't get me.
13.
Oh, you gave yourself an
You
SL.
love these
I
things.
have an SL bonus also because I have disease.
Oh.
Does that count for?
Yeah, he said
Oh,
he said it counted.
Got
Okay, cool.
Okay. So all of you, everybody manages past the second day, so he doesn't get worse, although he still has that lingering cough. He doesn't improve either.
More yellow snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to start making more checks like that, Dad.
Remember, it's a +10 though, not an SL bonus.
Oh yeah, I did plus 10. My
Yeah.
resist disease gives me a plus SL bonus. Also.
You guys keeping watch again?
I typed in
Oh, I see.
the
Who's
plus
keeping
10
watch?
into the SL. That's why.
Who's keeping watch?
13.
You keep a watch there.
Oh
Stone
no,
Man?
random encounter.
I am too.
Okay, I'm not.
Not at the same time as him.
Okay.
Okay.
I literally.
You guys are
Him,
buddies.
I have
who
actually-
else is keeping watch.
The funny. Yeah.
It's metagaming to say this is a
The
random
goat.
encounter.
I wake up just so you know. If are you waking me up?
Your default is if there's a random encounter, you wake up.
No.
He loots.
I'm waking up.
Okay.
And he loads his crossbow.
I wake up
I'm
Ozzy.
asleep.
I don't know if he goes back to sleep or what.
That's fine.
But the intention is he wears heavy armor.
Right,
does-
you wake him up
Okay.
for third shift. It says
You've
it's
got
your
last
turn.
watch.
That's a
Oh,
good idea.
all right.
It's your turn as he lays down and falls asleep. Do you stay up for the
Yeah,
third watch?
yeah, might as well.
Okay.
I can watch.
Okay, we can hang out.
Okay.
Mr. Invisible Man.
Are you still here?
I see something. I go invisible.
I don't
That's
like you at all because of your tactics, but I know you're sturdy. I'm like, okay.
You might be dumb, but you can
Like,
take
do
a
you like-
beating.
That's right.
Lucas, do you like him or me better?
George keeps watch.
By far.
Yeah.
Gets invisible when something attacks, and then doesn't know why you're upset because he kept watch.
Right.
He did.
I saw it come right in.
I don't know how about you
I
managed
saw
to
it tearing
reincarnate
to
your
pieces.
What?
I don't know how about you managed to reincarnate your wizard.
No, his wizard never.
No, his wizard was
Was
much more
vicious.
evil.
His mounted range would still be on
Treated
fire.
people.
A fire
Okay.
wizard would actually be very useful. Right
You will be burned me once with
The,
that.
cat, the group has gone to sleep. Everybody's kind of cold because of the lack of fire and so forth. You hear that howling sound again outside of the tent. Notably closer, much more distinct.
Can I make a low local to try to determine that?
It's a strange howling sound.
Can you make this sound? Yeah.
Presumably, if I was going to
Thank
wake
you.
him up.
In the
Thank
neighboring
you.
tent, you hear the goat that.
Presumably,
Thank
if I was
you.
going to wake him up
That's all I
for
wanted.
shift, then I would be.
It's those genetic
That's all I
engineering
wanted.
direwolves.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys have doubled up as far as tents.
We're gonna lose the
Percent.
halfling to getting trampled by a goat.
I'll.
Who's sleeping with who?
How are you guys
That's a
teamed
good-
up as
that's a
far as
good
tents?
idea.
I'm sleeping with
If
him
you're-
who
if
has
you're
most
teamed up.
leg room.
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping with flashlight.
I got more leg room. It's fine.
I would assume the flashlight's sleeping alone,
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
unless you're
Sounds
sleeping.
good.
No.
I think that's a great idea. He's
No.
been stuck. At
Piss off.
I'll cuddle the cat.
Okay, now remember you're one tent down also.
Two.
I had two
Well,
Okay.
to begin with
I had one.
before, and then
I had my own.
whatever anybody else had.
So how many tents did you
although
have?
I didn't have
Three
my own.
sounds like.
Sounds like 3 tents.
I thought we were all carrying a tent. Everyone.
I know
else.
he was not.
I don't have the capability of carrying it.
Why? Remember we said you could just throw it out, carry it in your arms, or throw it on your shoulder. You don't need a backpack. But it doesn't matter.
Either way, so it sounds like you have 3 tents. You got 6 characters and a goat.
Perfect.
So two in each tent is not a problem. The goat technically takes equivalent to the halfling.
And-
So the goat, the halfling, and one person.
If
I will
nobody
not
else,
be with either of these two.
Okay, so you're with him.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
all right, then I'll sleep with him, and then
Okay.
these two can sleep together with
Fine
the
with
goat.
being with the berserk.
Okay.
There you,
So Andy's in your tent.
there you go.
Sound asleep.
Like that or no?
I'm gonna huff.
You're
Why
gonna huff.
not?
I'm gonna huff my
Why
backpack.
not?
Okay.
You always feel blessed, actually.
Retrieve my
You
flail.
hoist your stone onto you.
I actually don't have that
Bring
much
my
black
flail.
powder.
Okay.
2 guns.
Wake him up.
I have one gun. I left the
Okay.
rifle back at.
He wakes up.
You still have one guy.
The
You see a big stone above your head.
Huh?
Remember the beast I was talking about?
A beast?
Exactly.
The beast I was howling.
Oh, yeah.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. And is it still going?
Nothing. Please. Oh,
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
that's listen. That I can identify that. That's the halfling whining on the wind. That's
Okay.
what it sounds like.
Regardless, I think
Thank you,
we
Dan.
should go
Thank you.
find him.
Fine.
We should find his tent and make sure he can hear it as well.
Well, did you look outside to see if you could see what it is?
I haven't not yet, which is why I'm holding
Oh.
a flail.
Well, why don't you go to his tent and I'll look out. So I peek my head outside.
So happy.
Yeah.
I'm looking, and
Okay.
in the dark, is there anything I can
Keep a
see?
guard inside the tent.
I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently, we were in
They
the
are.
He said I was in a tent, so I'm just going with it.
That's great. I do not do that.
That wasn't my plan either, but that sounds genius.
Yeah. I didn't see a thing. I watched all night.
It was completely genius. Oh shit.
We're the most successful adventurers in this world.
Hey, you don't know how to survive in the mountains, wolf kid. The rest of them don't know how to keep guard.
Does it sound like it's coming from above us, below us, or now
Up
it's
the trail the way you were headed.
further up?
Ted
Yeah.
once split off.
I'm so happy.
Dope.
I'm so happy.
I will.
It's hard to tell with the wind. So you take a look
Sounds like
outside.
biscuit.
Yes.
I'm so glad
Yeah,
you're
you
not in the tent with him.
Okay, the two of you climb out of the tent, look around. In the moonlight, you notice a couple of things. First off, the trail you're in is again underneath the ice covering, whatever. That blocks a fair amount of the wind, although it's still biting cold, blowing down the trail.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a slightly green tint to the sky.
Oh god.
Okay. It's not the usual bluish black. It's not something you've really noticed until just now, because you guys have been going to bed when it's getting dark and camping out and everything. But at this point in the middle of the night, it's noticeable. There's something off in the color of the sky. About 30 yards up the trail, silhouetted against the sky, this looks like a solitary figure standing on the trail. Clothing or whatever blowing in the wind. Just standing there, apparently looking in the direction of the camp.
Gotcha.
That seems where the noise is originating from.
Doesn't seem to be moving though.
Nope. Other than whatever it is flapping in the wind and so forth.
Gotcha.
It's watching us.
I say, back in the tent. Back in the tent.
I'm very happy.
This is what they warned us about. Unless you've got some kind of magic that can kill ghosts, back in the tent. And I go back into the tent and pull the flaps tight.
Oh
You
yeah.
go in by yourself and close the flaps.
Hey, if he doesn't come in with me,
You going with him or staying out?
What's it considered? Wes, it's. I'm not asking that.
Sorry, buddy. You can't be okay
So they
anymore.
mentioned.
That's just
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't
Go
tell him
back
what it
in the
is.
tent.
I just say, get back in the tent. Because I specifically, she had told me that saying that
I thought
around.
you shared all that with all of us. Like all of that information
thought-
was shared with the
oh,
group.
I unless he specifically
Okay, yeah,
did not. Yeah.
I didn't say I specifically didn't. So yeah, I guess I would have just told everybody
Yeah.
Okay.
there was supposedly ghosts and liches on this mountain, and I'm not.
Hey, you see, she wasn't particularly saying it about the goblins because that's actually a Stigmar tenant that he has to like kill all the greenskins.
Right.
So, like I don't think she was
Right.
concerned.
Oh,
about
it
the
was
ghosts.
The goblin negotiating with the goblins
Was a problem.
was the aspect
Yeah,
that
that's right.
that the
Sigma,
Hildy
right.
only communicated with you
Gotcha.
because she would not have shared it with the flagellant
Yeah.
because that goes against his tenets.
Gotcha.
Greenskins, Chaos Worshippers, and
Right.
Power.
Any Sigmar
Yeah.
worshippers or dwarfs would be highly
Seriously?
unlikely to negotiate.
It's a ghost, not defeatable. Get back in the tent. Get back in the
Seriously?
tent.
I'll
Screeching
return.
ghost.
Okay.
I'll return at the tent.
And I
Okay,
close the
you
tent.
both climb in.
And I
I'll
hold his stone.
I'm sitting right by the door.
We put the stone in front of the door.
No, flare raised, waiting for something to step on.
Okay, now,
Ted was
this
in
is
a
a
Sigmar.
two-person pup tent.
Yeah, no.
There's no room to swing a
You're
flail.
6
or
foot
anything like that.
flail.
You're not even standing. You're laying down like this.
Oh yeah, it's the military.
Weapons.
Wait, that's
So I mean, you can be sitting at the door, it's
I
fine,
didn't
but
exactly understand what was.
yeah, you start swinging the flail around, the tent's going to be trashed.
I'd like to
pretty quick.
point out the image that the two of them walk out the tent after hearing the noise, look down the path, see whatever it is. The big plate armored monster goes
Nope.
back in the tent, runs back in the tent and shuts the thing.
Yep.
He has to get on all fours to crawl
Here's the
into the tent.
Is then I take my sleeping bag and I cover my head because the monsters can't get you when you're covered up.
There's not enough room.
It's not my shift, and I cover my
With
head.
that image in mind, that I can't swing it, I'm going to his tent to wake him up.
his tent. Matt's tent?
Matt's tent.
Okay.
I go back to sleep.
Yeah, you close the tent and cover your face and pretend to forget about
Yep.
everything.
Nothing's there.
Matt, your tent suddenly opens up.
What? Is it my shift already?
What? It's like 30 meters up the path.
Sounds like a wolf.
It's 30 meters up the path, and it's humanoid, whatever it is.
I look. See what it is.
You see the same thing. You can't make out what it is.
I tromp over to.
It's something humanoid with what looks like flapping cloth or whatever.
I tromp over to his tent.
It's tied shut.
He's terrified.
Hey, give me my sword. Give me the sword.
I'm not
Oh
moving.
yeah.
I pull out. Trade me swords. I push his sword back in. Take the
Whatever it is.
Now I have the magical
You
sword.
see it looks like it's moving closer. It's not necessarily walking, but does seem to be a little closer.
Okay. It's getting closer.
So I have the magical broadsword. That's fine. I shrug my shoulders. Time to put it to rest.
Is my
shield
scared of anything?
Huh?
You were in
Yeah,
the same
you
tent.
and me are still just sound asleep.
Nope. It's not afraid of anything. It's a spirit.
So, what you gonna name this goat?
Did you expect to be able to kill it?
Snack.
But we got to make sure it doesn't come and eat all our souls. Right, priest?
Well, the blessings of Sigmar will keep me safe, but I don't know about you.
Euro.
So
Yeah, whatever.
Do you trust in your god enough to
What
save you
if
from
what
this?
if it's getting us a holy
That's a
quest?
good name.
Huh?
What if it's like, I mean, it's howling and stuff like that. That's like a.
Well, they said we can't talk to it
It's chaos.
How do you know?
because we were told it.
And
we
have you not seen miracles of your god? I mean, he's howling. I don't recall stories of ghosts howling.
I wait for it. I get up in front of the camp. Like,
It doesn't matter with his faith, not mine.
I wait. I want to see if I can see what
Your
it
best
is.
approach is to leave your weapons behind and open your arms and approach it.
I got a shield on. I am not wearing my chain because I wouldn't be sleeping in my
Go
chain.
up with them. Flail out.
Flail out and muttering a prayer, Sigmar.
Okay.
I do not have my chain on because I don't think I'd be sleeping in chain.
Right.
I want to bless the group.
Okay.
Blessing of fear. Run.
I'm gonna roll privately.
Okay. They
Um,
don't know what blessing it is.
Are you gonna give us a chance to wake up because he's been screaming for the broadsword and
Sure.
all that shit?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not going to wake up.
so first,
You can give me a average perception check. The goat's saying bad, bad, bad.
so first target's on me, Flagellum.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, I'm still asleep.
So then I will put it also on
Good stuff.
the Wolfkin,
Would it be?
and then increase the duration.
Okay. So the two of you
Yes,
start
well,
moving
my
forward.
robot.
Behind you, you hear the priest utter some prayers to Renaud. You feel emboldened as the two of you move forward. And reach the edge of the front edge of the camp or whatever. Tolman, you are awake. Did you wake up?
No, -1.
Okay, so he's still fast asleep. He's obviously worn out.
Mhm.
Okay, you wake up. What did you want to do?
I'm gonna poke my head out the tent,
Okay.
and that's it. I'm just gonna
You
look.
see the two of them walking past the tent, weapons or shield out
Actually,
and flat
shield and sword.
shield and sword. Okay, weapons and shield out, and so forth. They reach the edge of the camp. You sort
Oh.
of
Hold on. As soon as I see them like in battle stance, I start kicking him.
Well,
okay.
What?
I would also be saying a prayer to Ulrich the whole time, glaring at him, because I don't want him anywhere near me.
Okay. Well, he's standing right next to you.
It's fine.
Ulrich and Sigmar facing battle.
Battle.
So I put
Sigler.
on
Okay.
there.
Hey,
When it comes.
I figured I
Hey,
knew what that was.
Yulgamar.
Okay.
I tell the
Wonder Twins.
crazy person, go wake up the demon slayer halfling. We might need his help.
Right. You can hear some sort of scuffle from the halfling's tent,
Good.
He's
Long
fighting
way-
the
What are
goat.
you doing?
along with the goat like
I tell you-
bouncing around, saying "Bad."
I tell
bad,
you-
I
bad."
palm the half.
Go wake up the demon slayer halfling. It's time to put his skills to use.
Assuming that wakes me up,
You should hear the story.
I
It's crazy.
grab my heavy
Okay.
crossbow, not leaving the tent. I just start loading it.
Sounds
Okay,
like he's
so
already awake.
you and the halfling are tussling amongst the goat jumping around you, who thinks you're all just having fun and playing.
Goats jumping on you.
Goats jumping on
Ow,
you,
ow.
and so forth. But anyways, you're hiding in the sleeping bag, refusing to do anything, while the two of you wander forward, and the priest of Renaud issues a prayer of protection. You guys get 5 or 10 feet or so out the front of the camp. Whatever the thing is, it's maybe 20 or 30 feet away from you in the dark.
Okay.
You don't have a good view of it, other than it's slightly taller than humanoid, or than a human.
Okay.
Maybe 6.5 feet tall. Seems to have its arms outstretched and wrapped in loose-fitting clothing that blows towards you with the steady wind. Okay.
And it's moving?
It was moving towards you, but not apparently walking. You saw no movement on the ground, other than it drifting towards you and looking down.
It wants the dagger.
It doesn't seem to have anything touching the ground. It's not leaving any tracks in the snow.
I look at you and say, it's a dwarven trick meant to scare people away, and I stride forward.
Okay. You start heading forward. As you do so, it reacts. You get an instantaneous sense of aggression.
Ooh.
Give me a willpower save.
Whoops. Willpower.
I love meta characters.
Cool.
What's that?
You have a list of my thing.
Oh,
I can
Just straight willpower.
when it comes up.
okay.
If
Yeah,
it comes up.
I
I
don't
don't
think.
think
Yeah, I'm not worried about
But
that.
I guess
So just willpower?
Magic.
Yeah.
Well, thank
But I get the same one.
I failed.
Okay. So you are terrified
Okay.
as the creature starts to engage. Go ahead and make your roll as well.
It's got to be over.
Terrified makes me run.
Yeah. So that's why.
That's not
right.
good.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the fortune on that.
failed.
Well, if it's a cool check, I still
Like,
failed.
get
But
yeah,
bullets
yeah.
made.
It's not
he said will.
combat against
Pressure
heretics.
and stuff on them.
All right.
Combat test against heretics.
I still failed.
Maybe I could get one of them and gas them.
Okay.
Okay. So
But it should be a cool test.
I'm fine. I'm bound with that. Yeah, it's fine.
Did you still fail a cool test at 60?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not very cool. Anyways, the creature reacts as you approach it, shrieks out with a ear-piercing shriek. Above you, you can hear a bit of a rumble, and its face glows a deep bluish light as it engages and races towards you.
Okay.
It flies forward at rapid speed, causing you to quake in your boots,
Uh-huh.
and momentarily consider panicking and fleeing.
Uh-huh.
As it gets to a foot or two away from you, it instantly dissipates.
That's amazing.
I think I'd piss myself, but not that anybody else would know.
We're all slipping.
I
We found the yellow snow.
I look
And it immediately broken.
I look around like
Yeah, other than you and the flagellant, everybody else is back at the camp. 15, 20 feet behind you.
I am totally lost with this shit.
The funny thing is, I'm actually doing it for parties right now.
You saw that, right?
do that.
I saw it, and like I said, the faith of Sigmar protected us.
Whatever.
No, I agree with you. Yeah, this might have caused an avalanche.
There's my blessing.
Blessing of avalanche.
I look down at the sword. Is there anything glowing about it?
No.
Am I right next to him?
I'll say another prayer to
You were
Ulrich.
right behind him.
I say another prayer to Ulrich and
Okay.
sheath the sword.
I'll thank Sigmar.
Okay.
I've got to see wherever it. I'm going to move forward up the path just a little bit before I. Is it time for my shift?
No.
Okay, before I go back to bed.
Yeah. It's hard to say. You don't have a watch, but
I know, but
you feel like you haven't gotten much sleep.
I feel like I can't go back to sleep. There's nightmares involved. But I move forward a little bit to look around and see if I can tell where it originated from. If there's something there.
You head up to the edge. It has a fairly good view of the mountainside regions and everything. In the distance, you see on a neighboring peak a little bit of torchlight, but in the darkness, it's too far away to make out any details.
No towers, no nothing like
No.
that. Just looks like peaks. Okay. Guess I'm going to see if there's a clearer trail or path that will take us there to where the torchlight is.
very roughly. I mean, you see. I mean, you can't really see
it's
very
probably
well
like
with the
this.
night. Yeah, it weaves around. You're not really sure whether it's going to head in that direction or not.
See anything up there?
I head back to the group and say, torchlight in the distance. Know what that was? That was not cool. I'll take watch. You go ahead and go to sleep.
Single crossbow bolt.
I don't think I can sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna comfort myself by sharpening my blades.
Okay. You're gonna keep watch inside your tent too.
No.
That'll be fun. We're all trying to sleep.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I need something. I'm trying to
Hear
hear
that noise?
You just got scared half to death. Almost had to trample tents and fall off a mountainside. I mean,
No, I get the role playing part. I'm just from a character perspective, like, oh, I hate that fucking
His
guy.
legs are frozen solid now.
all right,
What's that smell?
Or a different tent.
if I can't see those lights of the torches from where I'm at, I probably would spark up some warmth if I have the ability.
You don't have any fire.
Okay.
Any wood, better said. I mean, you have tinder. You could light some matches or whatnot, but it's not going to last long.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Is this holy ground?
No.
Okay.
Does not appear to be
Oh.
holy ground.
I do tell you, if you're still awake.
Everybody's awake at this point. By now, the halfling and Ben have untussled themselves.
Okay. No need for the Demon Slayer blade yet.
Finally.
So I can go back to sleep?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll tell you guys what happened in the morning.
Okay.
You act like you
Why is
It
there
looks at you as you crawl
Why is
back
there
in.
dark-
It's sad.
Hey, Wolfkin, why is there a dark spot on your pants?
There isn't. You can't see it.
But what's that?
He's got like 4 layers on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just out of
His bladder's not that big.
Okay. Rest of the night passes uneventfully. Next day, you guys continue on. That you start somewhat descending, not far enough as far as the altitude sickness, but it feels like you're heading more down at this point.
I would tell everybody in the morning what I saw.
Okay.
And see if I can discern what that is with daylight. Probably not.
That's
There's no
scary.
trace of it during the day.
Okay.
Could I have done a theology check?
Sure.
Okay.
Did you have views of it?
I was up and everything.
Okay.
could I have done the same?
Sure.
Darn it, there's someone else with my skills.
Can I just do an intelligence check?
You know what?
One.
Definitely seems to be some sort of a spirit.
Okay.
You see, when the moon reflects off from
Spirit.
snow.
That's right. Yeah, no idea why it got dispersed or left. Versus
Yay.
just freaking out the wolfkin. Must be some ritual the wolfkins do.
I think so. I mean, it was howling and everything, and it was attracted to him.
That's a
I
good
think,
point. That's
I
a
think
very
the
good
wolfkin
point.
Just try to
made
s-
the day.
He's trying to tell us not to go any further. Can anybody else discern that? I mean, come on now. They're scaring us off, trying to warn us to keep us from moving on.
Sure.
And it tried to kill us via a mountain.
No, it tried to scare us to keep us from moving on. It tried to warn us away from the chaos and death that is ahead of us.
Sure.
It just told me to go back to bed.
Chaos and ahead of us,
Same.
and it's where we need to be going.
Same.
We're here to help the dwarves,
Stride forward, then, good sir.
and I will
Oh,
after
okay.
I flagellate.
Okay.
that just does not sound right.
Yep.
So, are you
Would
still?
you prefer that I
leaning
say I
over
apply the
gaps?
lash?
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Say, call me Gash.
I said I
Apply the lash.
Oh,
What he needs to do is he needs to get one of those giant like wood
I
flames.
love playing this game. It's so
and do it along the
unpredictable.
way.
I hit myself with my bladed whip.
Okay.
I love playing this game. It's so unpredictable, especially with this group.
So you guys keep on going.
True.
Next couple of days, not really much difference as far as what you guys run into. Pretty much the same thing as far as weather, bridges of snow, etc. The occasional snake, but for the most part, like I said, they flee from you as soon as you spot them.
I will try to kill one
Okay.
because I want to try to see if I can get the venom sac out of it.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Give me a outdoor survival roll. You or whoever else wants to, and or wants to assist.
I can try. Well, I can assist.
Okay.
Do you have a rank in outdoor survival?
I have 10 ranks.
Okay.
Outdoor
Yeah.
survival.
As long as you have one rank, you give a +10 to whoever's going to make the roll.
I have 11. Sure, I'm not big. I would have absolutely wanted to try to eat one. So
Oh, balls.
You had 10 for with an average roll.
yeah,
You could use an average roll with the extra plus 10.
Oh no, I didn't use
so
the
you
average.
made it by 10.
Yeah,
Made it by
that's
9.
fine. Yeah, you managed to harvest a snake and take 1 or 2 of its poison glands.
Is it edible?
Poison glands or not?
No, the snake.
Technically, everything is.
Sure.
I mean,
It just
rattlesnakes
might kill
are,
you.
so I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
yeah.
Those
You don't have a fire to cook it with.
I don't care. It's raw. That's cool. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
You think does cold kill bacteria?
No.
No fire.
Did I say anything about bacteria?
Okay.
What are bacteria?
I thought you were actually
Cold absolutely does not kill it.
We
It just.
I have eaten rattlesnake myself, but it was fully cooked.
Yes.
I myself, yeah. If you've ever been to Arizona, that area, there's a lot of places out there that'll cook rattlesnake for you.
Yeah. Rattlesnake is not uncommon. Most snakes really aren't
Are
uncommon.
uncommon, yeah.
Rattlesnake is an easy one for people to harvest.
It's and it's for people that it's more of the exotic nature.
Yeah.
Of, hey, eat some rattlesnake.
Tastes like chicken.
Ooh. Yeah, it does. It literally does. Tough chicken.
Okay. On the night of the 7th day, Andy,
Yes.
couple of things since you were specifically looking for it. In the distance, you see a mountain peak that is unusual from the nature of all the other mountains in the area, in that it looks like it has been carved or formed. Okay? I.e., even from a distance, you can see what looks like formations in dwarven architecture. The several other notable things. Over the last couple of nights, the group, those that have been up on watch, have been noticing this green haze to the nighttime. Okay? Tonight, you actually see more sleep in the sky.
Oh god.
Okay?
It's back.
It's in the distance. It's not full. It's nearly full.
Which one?
Okay?
Sure hope it's in the distance.
Yes. It's right next to you.
Yeah.
I mean, we are up pretty high.
You are, yeah, you're high. It's right above you.
We just touch it.
Giving flashbacks from Majora's Mask.
Okay. On the mountain, you presume this is Karek's gig. There is
Sounds like a scheme.
the place itself has the architecture of dwarven build. You see watchtowers, etc., or not watchtowers, but sections of forts that have been built out from the castle that have the blocky stone architecture of dwarves. However, they have been co-opted by what looks like crude scaffolding of metal and wood in lots of different areas. Okay? There is, on the side of the face closest to you, a bit down in the valley, but where you guys are generally headed, a massive stone gate carved in the formation of a dwarven soldier standing at attention, flanked by 2 gigantic dwarf statues that you believe might be Grugni. You're not 100% sure, depending on what your religion knowledge is for dwarves.
We found airborne.
Just what he told me.
Yeah.
That's Brittany.
Yeah.
We found airborne.
There is a line or a crowd of humanoid figures at the gate being led into the gate, into the place where one of the doors is open, and they're being whipped and beaten to move the crowd forward by other humanoids that are wearing armor. There appears to be someone or something at the gate that is sort of directing and giving instructions. Again, they're too far away to really get a lot of detail. They don't seem heavily armed or armored, at least the majority of them. Okay. The other thing you notice is at the top of the mountain, the peak, where normally dwarves would just leave it as a natural mountain to maintain the natural formation of it. The peak of it is actually ripped open, carved open, or whatever. And there's a large opening on the top of the mountain itself, from which is emerging a massive tube-like machine. Okay. 30, 40, 50 feet in length, dozens of feet in width, at the end of which is a massive green crystal that reflects in the sunlight, surrounded by a variety of strange metallic knobs or nodules or whatever.
How big is this thing?
30, 40 feet and dozens
It's
of feet
massive.
across.
Sticking out from the top of the mountain.
Okay.
So for the viewing distance, I want to give him my telescope so we can like look through it.
Okay.
Are we good to make whatever assumptions we want?
You can assume whatever you want.
Can I see when I'm when I'm looking
Yeah,
at
when
that,
he points it out with
Yeah.
the telescope, you get a better look.
can I not just the gun thing that's sticking out the top, the humanoids that are being whipped in, are they
Skaven.
human? But there's both parties are Skaven.
Both groups are Skaven.
Okay.
The ones that are being led into the place appear to be badly injured, malnutritioned, and weaker than the rest.
Skavens.
They're being flanked by other Skaven wearing armor and using halberds. And there is a gray-haired Skaven at the door holding an abacus. And as they come in, he has a long nail on his left finger. And he just ticks them off as they come in, and then dips it in a inkwell and marks it on a piece of parchment.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Or the,
Wait,
what
he's
color
holding
are the
a
ones
what?
in armor? What color are the ones in armor?
Dark fur.
He's holding a what?
An abacus. It's a
An abacus.
Counting thing. Instead of using calculus,
Oh.
It's a
calculator.
calculator.
It's a calculator.
Old style
Hey.
calculator.
What?
Have you ever
What
seen?
color
I'm
is
dead
the
serious.
armor?
Have you never seen an abacus before?
No.
It's a Chinese counting tool.
What color is the armor?
My dad used to use one.
Is there any cloth or anything?
Like,
on it?
have you seen the videos of those kids?
The armor that the ones are wearing looks like it's dwarven made.
Ah,
They're just
Looks like they've taken everything from
and they're
this,
just sitting
Yeah.
there.
this culture. They're taking it all.
So, for lack of a better description, the
They just sit there like
the
this.
item at the top of the mountain
And they're
looks like an oversized version
and they
of
can
his
do
rifle.
Yeah.
So that's our,
calculations every
that's,
half
our,
second.
that's our weapon.
That's
It's a
whose
it's a
weapon? Ours?
international
The one that was
Did you
shooting.
get it?
The one that was
That's
shooting the
crazy.
castle.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's definitely the one that was shooting the castle. I mean, look, it's got a big green stone. That's that green thing that was shooting the
I thought
castle.
it was yellow.
Like
but
a griffin.
green.
I don't know.
It's
That probably shot the griffin.
no. If it shot the griffin, like
Yeah.
it shot the castle, it would have killed the griffin.
No, that's what shot the griffin.
It doesn't look like it shoots the green.
Keep in mind, you're
cat.
not your
It
wizard.
just-
anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
I'm asking. I'm assuming it
There's a gigantic green gem perched at the front of the barrel.
with a bunch of
Of the cannon.
nodules
That's
around
how
it.
cannons work.
Didn't the
Yeah,
griffin?
you're right.
I-
Didn't the
How much
griffin
do you
get
think
shot
that
by a
gem would be
cannonball?
worth?
No, it got shot by a
If
green.
it didn't corrupt you
green
and
weapon.
turn you into something crazy, I don't know. You have to find somebody to buy it.
Why would it corrupt you?
I don't know. That's what I heard. The
It's a
green
gem.
stuff doesn't the green stuff do that? Like
does.
the moon stuff turns you into corruption.
Moonrock.
Remember the green stuff we got out of his wound?
Green either means natural and like reusable, or just completely evil burnout.
It's a very environmentally friendly Skaven pack.
Yeah.
They're all green.
Out of game, I know
So-
what this is.
I let everybody
we all-
know that
Yeah.
the Skaven
warlock.
that are armored here, it isn't just basic garbage Skaven armor. This is dwarven
Right.
armor they're wearing. This is dwarven.
no,
Let
like
me get
that.
my arm
Like that
piercing bolts
crazy
out.
dwarf you guys had with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
man.
Maybe that.
I
It
highly
doesn't
doubt
look like it's quite that.
No.
No.
This looks like it's bits and pieces that have been cobbled together.
They found.
to make armor.
Romlo suited Skaven.
Now that would be terrifying.
That's just quite the game.
What about that?
That would be
Nope,
terrifying.
open it, bomb in, close it.
What about that nail guy? The guy with the nail. You
Yeah.
said he's gray.
Yeah, he
What does
needs
that
a.
mean?
I don't know.
Is
He
he
needs
old?
a fingernail clipper. That's what he
He
needs.
must be super old.
He can read and write though, or at least I think so.
I don't like him.
Oh no.
How far away are we?
You guys are on a peak with the telescope. I mean, you're a good hour hike away.
Oh shit. Okay.
Don't do for
Motor
I'm not like a
outside.
long range shot. Let me
It's
throw a
already done at
slingshot.
this point.
Do you want me to still on outside?
What happened?
He
I
threw
think
up
he
over
threw
the
up.
sound like.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yes, take him
He's
out.
still thrown up.
Take him
Motor
out.
outside.
Go, go.
just randomly JFK.
That's what I was gonna do.
So yeah, we can.
Don't yell at him, Mulder or George, Ben, whoever you are.
It's all
That's
right.
the priority of how they blame us. Sergeant Mulder, then Sergeant
Hey,
Pig, and then eventually
George,
Ben.
be happy. My dad used to call me my mom's name every time he would get upset. Call me Jane every single time.
Anyways,
Yep.
Did
So
you
I
get hit for
relay-
every name? That's what I always hated.
I relay everything that I
I
see
got to you.
for them to decipher.
everybody's up to date and has
I'll
all
take
the
a look.
information at this point.
Okay.
So these guys get like stronger under the green moon thing, right? Is that wait? Because they're chaos.
I don't think they're chaos.
You don't think they're chaos?
You don't think they're chaos?
No.
That's what the wizard guy told us. Is
Yeah, that's
that
what he
the
kept
rats
saying.
were chaos, but they weren't supposed to be known about. So we gotta kill them all.
I mean, I agree with that last part, but I just don't think they're chaos.
What do you think they are?
They're some kind of natural creature. They're not beastmen, I don't think. I've never read about these things in any of the writings, and I've read quite a bit about chaos itself.
What are you talking about? Are we trying to convince somebody that this Skaven exists again?
No.
like,
He's arguing
I
that
said-
they're not chaos.
I said I think they're.
Oh my god.
I said I think they're stronger
If
because of the moon,
Can I
the
say
green
something?
moon.
That could be.
If they're here,
If
they're
they're looking for
they're not
patrols.
chaos if they're here.
Well, what do you mean? There's always chaos.
There's none on the
here.
trail.
Every time
Hey,
we turn around,
I'll
we're
tell you
killing
what.
some
I'm just
chaos.
looking at the surrounding
You
mountains.
walk forward with your faith
Okay.
and see if they hug you.
No, I'm just basically ignoring the castle.
Well, then they're chaos.
I'm gonna look everywhere
Orcs,
else.
orcs are not
They're
chaos.
fur covered. They have
So are
tails.
you.
No, I'm not. I have hair. Hair.
Same thing.
These religious dudes are
These
weird.
have snouts.
Well,
His
except
dog
for
has-
you, you're all
This
right.
dog had snout
You
and
know,
fur
so-
color.
Yes,
And fur.
but I'm gonna stay up until since I think we're gonna end soon because it's a good stop.
No, we're gonna wrap up pretty soon.
It's getting late in the game.
We're just
moving
waiting
now.
for Thad to
2
charge.
a.m.
We're going to start the battle now. Yes.
You got
Yeah,
your
guys,
rifle
leave
still.
it, just keep an eye out because it's
Don't-
still stained.
Don't step
Okay.
over there. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sling that.
If
Okay.
I don't see any patrols or anything like that, I'm just gonna leave and start making my way towards the.
I'm making my way.
Towards the gate.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sneak, but
Yeah, I mean, from the looks of it, you can easily get closer to the castle. From here, you have a good overview of the area, but there
I
doesn't
don't know.
there doesn't look like there's anything directly aggressive to you here. It's more a matter of you have an overview of what's there and what you can deal with.
These creatures build. They create weapons, obviously. Therefore, they're not chaos. Chaos.
Okay, I'm not listening to him anymore. All right, so we're going to watch this from here. Or Halfling, I mean, healer. What the hell is his name?
Tolman?
Tolman.
what?
Where are you walking towards the Skaven that will eat you?
We have to get into that castle. Sit here fucking arguing for all the eternity of.
I'm not going to
forever.
argue.
Can I see
he's,
the? Can I see?
he's
the
talking
telescope?
like a fool.
Can I see?
So let,
Telescope?
I don't have it. He does.
Who has
Yeah,
it?
George has it.
Yeah.
So, what are you looking for?
I was wanting to look through to see
I
if I
thought it
could
would
see
be
any
fucking
weak
50
points in the wall. See if there's anywhere that could
That's
somebody
my
could
point.
possibly
We need
sneak
to
in.
let's
Okay.
use your
And or,
abilities,
like,
his ability. let's see
naturally
if there's a place to get.
collapsed areas where we could possibly climb over easier.
So, give me a perception roll.
Okay. I could be the last one doing this because I'm fatigued.
Where's the dog, man?
He's up. He's outside.
Okay.
I think.
You can't just leave him outside.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take care of that now.
Okay. So he's looking through that. Between everybody else, we'll fill in some basic information. First off, the ones that are being led, that seem to be prisoners, slaves, whatever, have heraldry that marks them as they have green badges, green clothing. Okay. The older rat that's at the door is seated in front of a grayish tabard with what looks like a stylized rat head drawn on it. Okay. None of you have any specific history, information, again, etc. Wizard would be useful for that.
Yep.
But take that for what it's worth.
For the record, I did identify what the green symbol was, and I would have told the group in that case.
Okay.
So the group does know what the green symbol and the clan attached to the green symbol is.
Okay.
If anybody remembers that. The rat there said it as well. The rat we found. Pine Scribe.
Then what?
Clan Scryer.
They're the starved eaters, right, or whatever that we found that were in the that were underneath the one building. Yeah.
He belonged to, I think we said Clan Mange, and they were subservient to Clan Scryer.
Right. So
who in turn were subservient to Malice.
Well, yeah, and they didn't say a third tier to that, so
They did.
they did during the
Yeah. They said the name, Malice.
So those are the only two heraldry we see, like the
Yes.
and then the dwarven armor.
Yeah. Now, amongst the rat captives, you see the occasional human, the occasional dwarf, mixed in. There's a handful of humans, maybe 1 or 2 dwarfs, not very many.
So you have to fill me in what's
Okay.
going on.
Well, all we're doing is just giving general information. The group is still overlooking the place.
There's nothing.
There's some heraldry that identifies the fact that there's 2 different clans of the rats.
Yeah.
One of them has taken control of the other one. And then amongst the prisoners, there is a small number of human captives as well.
And they're all just chained. They're all chained together. Then nothing like
Correct.
that group is by themselves or
Yeah,
anything.
they're all being treated identically.
Okay.
The prisoners were marked with the green star.
Did we have any idea how many of the
We
great
think Clan
clan-
Mange had the green star.
Clan
Here?
Mange had the red.
It looks
as
like
well as Clan Scryer had the green.
the group that was being let in was about 20, 25
Sparrow
or
was
so,
supposed to be who?
being guarded
Well,
by maybe
Malice
6 or
was.
7,
Okay.
and then the
Scryer
old
is
gray-haired
the clan.
rat.
Malice
keeping
is
count.
Can we
the
see
warlock.
inside? We can't, can we?
Yeah.
No.
This is like built
Those are
into
the
the
ones that are-
mountainside.
Yeah, it's built into
So
it.
it's not a big
yeah.
courtyard inside
No,
or anything like
no.
that.
It's a massive door that has one panel
Barely
open.
had been another
They're
one.
leaning in, and the old
So-
rat looks like he's keeping count for all the captives going in.
Is he wearing a crown?
He is not wearing a
I
crown.
have all this written down too.
Oh, good call. I wouldn't. Even...
Oh, I don't have
it's
access
just one of the
to my
dudes got a
notes.
crown. Oh, there he is. Quick. Invisible. We're done. Go home.
So I'll trust what you say.
But
You just walk away.
that rat said they were working for the
We got the
warlock
crown, guys.
Malice of Clan Scryer. That he was Clan Mange.
He had a red tabard on him.
I don't have that written down. I don't have anything about red or green written down. So that will be all.
So dwarves like to have forges and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, there's dwarf there. Well,
So-
that's the answer.
There has to be exhaust holes somewhere in the mountain.
Would have to be.
Let's see if we can find one of those. Maybe enter that way.
Do we want to wait till dark to go?
Assuming
down?
assuming there's not fire and smoke coming out of one of them.
There is no fire and smoke pulling out of it.
Yeah.
No visible cloud or trail of smoke.
Well, if they're not keeping the forges up lit, I'm not surprised. But
Right.
Could we access the top, like the weapon?
If you could somehow climb and scale the walls, possibly, but that'd be sheer dwarven walls up icy cliff
Okay.
and so forth. It'd
I
be-
didn't catch what that was. I was
When
thinking
we,
more.
when we got a description of what this place was, did we get
I mean, dude,
described
if
that
it's
as a
just-
fort or a
quite a
partial city?
distance.
Like with actual
Yes.
forces?
According to the dwarf, it is a Karak, which is a ancient dwarven city, which being dwarf, it's also fort.
Yes.
But this would have maintained hundreds, if not thousands, of dwarves.
Okay, so there would be forges.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
the forges in a fort too.
Yeah, but I mean, there would be a major forge because it's a dwarf place.
My concern.
Certainly.
There
I
has
was
to be a different
under the
way.
impression
That's
the
why.
fort was like
That's
carved
exactly why I was
around.
looking for exhaust
Or
holes.
I didn't realize
forges
the
or
mountain was
something.
carved around it. Or the mountain itself is the fort.
The Karak was built
So when's Goon
and carved
stay?
out of the mountain itself.
and it encompasses the entire mountain.
Durance Day?
Durance Day.
Durance Day,
Can't
yeah.
see
Where's
specifically
Durance Day?
on
Look for the
the
keyhole.
inside, it's underground.
Gonna look for the
Um,
keyhole. Last night Durance Day.
Yeah, looking through the telescope for alternatives, the only other thing you notice, the only other viable entrance, short of scaling the mountain to the top, which seems kind of out of reach. You have the main entrance.
Is that a short joke?
Yes.
Mhm.
Figuring out a way to get through that, or on the western side, way off in the valley, there looks like some discoloration low on the mountain of some sort of. You equate it to the coloration of the sewers in Mindenheim when you guys were down there.
Okay.
Why?
We're all like,
Yes.
not again.
Yeah, it's fine. Easy.
It's
Let's-
not,
let's-
it's not,
and
a,
it's-
it's not a
and it's-
terrible idea, guys.
And it's
Sewers
frozen
are the best
sewers.
The-
Think about it.
the-
The rats have very good sense of smell,
Yeah, we'll
and
see.
if we cover ourselves in, not intentionally, but I mean, if we're walking through the sewer, we might end up masking our own sins, and
So-
maybe being able to move around within the city a little bit better
I'm
inside.
I'm guessing we haven't gone low enough where my oxygen sickness is better.
You're recovering. I mean, this place is low enough that that's not a factor anymore. You just have to recover some.
We will understand on that.
From the impression you have, given the number, the build, and the structure and everything, you expect there's probably dozens, if not a few hundred, Skaven in the place.
Should we set up
Look.
like,
We could do it.
if we manage to get into the sewers, should we set up like
Yeah, I think we could.
explosive bombs to like collapse the tunnel behind us?
Especially if we free the pit.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we should use them there. I think we should use them.
Close
to
the
destroy
Iron
them.
Becker Wizard.
Because we want to get back out those.
Where's
No,
that
like
horn when
behind,
you need it?
behind
Yep.
us.
Well,
He'll be back-
I mean,
he'll be here
if
in a
we
couple
still
months.
have them on
Well,
our way out.
the riders come to save you.
Depending on how big the tunnel is, one barrel might be big.
3
They aren't
days
barrels.
later,
These are
People
individual.
are 5 minutes. We have
The
arrived.
same type of bombs that worked through before.
straight out of a
that's-
video game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
The big
Not
thing
demolition.
What's
the big
that magic
thing is
item? That
you
magic
showed
item
that
we
they
call
can break wood.
the
They can break these wood
barbarians.
structures.
There was
They
a
can't
horde
break
that used to.
stone.
Yeah.
They
I
can
thought
break
they were
wood.
the Valhalla or
demolition.
something.
It's about the same type of charges I
Yeah.
had before.
Those earlier D&D, I don't think they have it. But, you know,
Okay.
To the sewers, friends.
Theoretically, with a good couple.
It's a good place to go.
We can bring down.
I'd rather do a frontal assault.
Just wade in, feel the goodness, squish into the places.
Ugh.
It's good times. It's
Well,
warm.
you
How-
certainly
how-
could do a frontal assault, but given the number of Skaven,
We also have to do.
How
But
rough?
we have a fanatic with us. He can
Unless-
make it.
How
Listen,
rough
I can
of
make
a walk
But
or
we also have to
climb
deal
is
with
it
Skaven
to
slaves.
this coloration in the cliff?
you could probably get there by late afternoon if you want to take a look at it. You can't really see it much
Okay,
from
is
here.
it like above?
Yes.
Like so it'd be a climb up.
It'd be a climb up to it.
So in the direction that you
wait,
saw
it's
the
above
torch
the
the
fort?
night before.
No,
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 the fort is.
the fort is
There
up
entrance
in
or
the
from
mountain.
Oh,
somebody
okay.
Searching.
This is
So
in
people
a
get
valley on the
information.
opposite side of the mountain.
I misunderstood. I thought we were looking down at it.
You are currently. So
Okay.
you're looking down at the entrance to the fort.
Okay.
The fort is built into a neighboring peak,
Mhm.
where the top has been carved off effectively. On the side of the mountain, further away from the gate, lower level than the gate, there's a discoloration.
Hmm.
But to get to it is you're going to climb down to below it and then have to figure out a way to get up to whatever entrance is causing that. If your theory is that's a sewer or something like that, may or may not be a viable option for your skills, your abilities, but that's what you guys currently have. Now, it'll take most of the day to get to that position to get better information. And then from there, you can decide to take that route, frontal assault at the front door, whatever you want. You definitely figure that the longer you're active in this area, the more likely you're going to encounter a Skaven patrol. At which point it quickly turns into silence them fast, or you're dealing with the original Wolfkin plan.
Now,
Where was
there is
the-
viability. There is validity to drawing out a group and fighting them, because then
No.
we don't have to deal with magic.
We can't kill them all before one or two get away.
That's the thing.
We
We
can't.
trickle them.
And if
They're
you
not
see-
going to trickle. Have you not fought rat things before?
We can lure the
Yeah.
we can lure the old guy out in the open and kill him.
No,
Why would the old
that's
guy
not gonna
move?
happen.
Yeah, why would that
He's
guy
gonna go. Yeah, inside.
Yeah,
Little finger.
Because that's what he sounds like. He's gonna twist his little rat beard before he climbs inside.
He's
So-
gonna spin his
Yes,
evil
if your stone
best
wasn't
dash.
able to be,
I hope his name
how
is Littlefinger.
immovable is your stone?
I hope his name is Littlefinger.
Depends on if you have faith. Depends
So
on
if
your
you were to
faith.
put the stone in front of those big gates, would it be able to open?
That'd be amazing.
What?
Yeah, that's why he's like,
I'm not doing that.
But it would block them in.
I'm not leaving the stone.
That's too bad.
So he's
So,
Bane.
how
He's
about
the,
you sit at the front of the gate?
The little
With the stone.
did you
with
ever
the
watch the TV show Avatar?
Then you're not leaving the stone.
I hate that that's a bribe option.
He's the Earth. Whatever.
We don't.
And when they go to challenge him,
The myth is that it's weightless. The myth of the stone is that it's weightless while it's being
Do
carried.
you not have faith?
and he's
I have faith completely in the abilities of the stone and the abilities of my god.
There you go.
Crazy.
The myth about the stone is that it is completely weightless while being carried by someone of pure faith.
You know, the whole time.
AKA, it will not,
Somebody
as long
save
as
me.
it's still on my person, it is completely weightless.
Well, Sigmar wants it otherwise. I mean, that's just me.
Oh, yeah.
I've never watched it, but I know.
Either way, I think the plan is we're going towards the possible sewer entrance.
Okay.
Yep.
So I will leave
So
the
I can-
final plan, since the group likes to change said plans,
Yes.
until next game. The only question I have is there any other information anybody can think of now that might adjust whatever thoughts they have?
In the general direction of the torch that you
Yes.
saw the night before, looking through the glass in that general direction, do we see anything, cave entrance, anything like that?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
you guys passed that a day.
Oh,
or two.
okay. I didn't know if
Yeah,
that was in this
This was
direction or
several
not.
days later.
Okay. Well, you're gonna say,
we
George,
didn't
I'm
see
sorry, I
any
didn't mean to interrupt.
signs of what that.
No.
So it's possible something already knew we were coming. Well, no, we've been pretty silent and hell, we've been
From the
completely dark.
looks of it, there is quite a bit of activity that you can see moving around. There's a lot of activity at the cannon itself and at these scaffolding areas on the walls. There's quite a bit of rats and skaven moving around. They seem to be anxious and active for some reason, but not specifically on alert.
The prophecy.
Yeah, well, we got to get that
Or you
damn
see
slope-
George
that.
more sleeves.
Okay. The focus is to get the stupid crown that somebody stole like a fool.
We have a time limit now.
There,
The prophecy is coming true.
Well,
Can you just walk your cat in through the front door?
I think conceivably, yes.
Like knock his ink off into his lap and
And rats are scared of
Yeah.
cats.
That is true. I could.
as you get stronger, does your cat get bigger?
No.
Like do you have like a massive, like 9x9 saber tooth?
Summon a tiger.
Yep.
Is more sleeves
Ah,
high in the
I'm
sky?
trying
It's
to
not
use
night.
new skills.
There's no sign of more sleep currently.
Hey,
So, okay, we will pick up in a week and sort out from there.
So I wanted to know where the